popping. It finally came. Magfast.
Let's check it out.
Oh my, the packaging is actually beautiful.
Super soft feeling, almost velvet box.
First off is the Extreme.
There's the bad boy right there.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
I really feel like I'm opening up something of value.
1 port, 2 ports, 3 ports, all wireless. Sick.
So Extreme is all charged up and ready to go.
Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works.
And it's on, and there it goes.
Mine's charging, yours is charging, yours is charging. Ha, that's so cool.
Have 9 of your friends charge their phone all at the same time and even jumpstart your car.
The battery is dead. I'm going to attempt to charge this battery with the Magfast Extreme.
Excellent. Excellent.
Nice not being tethered to wires.
You can take it in your car.
On trips.
Finally, a company got it right.
I could play with this all day.
I wouldn't change anything about this. I think it's about perfect.
Everybody should have this in their car.
This is a must-have for sure.
You charge all my devices so fast.
Magfast Extreme is, quite simply, a new class of power bank, utterly uncompromising in every way. Extreme's extended form factor and high-intensity power source allow 2 extraordinary features that have never before been offered together and in a singular, beautiful product. First, arranged perfectly, symmetrically along its top surface, Magfast Extreme has not 1, not 2, but incredibly 3 fast Qi wireless charging ports. Second, in addition to offering all that wireless power and a total of 5 USB outlets, the battery inside is so powerful it can jumpstart your car. And up to 24 of your neighbors on a single charge. Magfast Extreme. Extreme wireless charging, extreme wired charging, extreme car starting. Magfast's patent-pending LED Licious system represents a radical rethink of how all our products clearly communicate with you. We've taken the time to design a simple system of LEDs that tell you everything you need to know in an easy way that you may notice you already intuitively understand. First, gently, firmly touch the power symbol to turn your charger on and see exactly how much charge you've got. Each LED has a number, so 8 white lights means an 80% charge. Easy. And each charging outlet is also numbered, and as you use it, the matching LED breathes in a gorgeous glowing green. Look, slower charging, fast charging, perfect power delivery for your device. And as charging completes, it safely slows until it stops. When the time comes, no matter which of the many ways you choose to charge your Magfast charger, your LEDs dance continuously so you always know you're getting the charger you want. The Magfast LED Licious display. Simple, beautiful, intuitive. Magfast Air reimagines what's possible in Qi wireless charging. Beautiful glossy contours enclose a powerful dual-coil Qi certified premium wireless charging system for all your Android, Apple and other devices. Place one horizontally or vertically and instantly our induction system communicates with it to maximize power delivery and ensure a safe, fast charge. Designed for lifetime durability and fun, this stand doesn't fold down or flip out, it snaps firmly, magnetically and fast. Magfast, both onto the back for simple storage and underneath to stand on your desk or countertop. Air's precision geometry is calibrated to position your devices at a perfect 69-degree viewing angle to maximize your productivity. By now, you already have many micro USB cables like this, but the future is USB-C like this, so Air accepts either when you want to power it by itself. And Air, of course, is Magfast Air, so like every other Magfast family product, it works magically with all your other Magfast chargers too. Snap on any of your Magfast power banks for a super stylish, truly wireless portable wireless charging stand. Or keep your phone away from big spills and little fingers by snapping Air right on top of your Magfast wall for one of the world's first outlet-mounted Qi wireless chargers. So Air is awesome on its own, perfect with all our power banks, and wonderful on Magfast wall. And of course, we plant yet another tree for every Magfast charger ordered. Magfast Air reimagines what's possible in Qi wireless charging.
What do you know? We're live. Hello, you. Nice to see you. How are you doing? We're here for the next 3 hours to celebrate just a truly extraordinary first month of Heathrow. This guy here, I've actually got it. We've got this funny camera arrangement. I'll talk to you about it more in a minute. That's why my arm's cutting off here. But Heathrow here, and then I've also got it in person on the other side. We'll move the camera over there in a second. But before we do that, let's bring in, we have just an incredible panel, a group of guests. Beyond my wildest dreams that I would ever get to work with people of this caliber. Let's bring them all in at once, Philip. Let's bring them all in. First of all, Kate Kennard. Many of you know her from customer care and these broadcasts. Rob Burnett. Hi, Rob. He's been promoted since we last met him here. We'll talk about that in a second. And of course, Michael John Mataluni, the head of digital marketing for Magfast Corporation. Actually, I suppose seeing as we are offering the opportunity to invest in the course of this broadcast, I shouldn't say things like Magfast Corporation because we are actually an LLC, and we have to be very precise about things like that. But so welcome everybody. Let's start with Kate. You've been at the coal face. You've been at the front end of this extraordinary first. Is it 30 days or 31 days? I can't remember. Since March the 30th. I think that's 31 days, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How has it been from your perspective?
People are extremely enthusiastic about Heathrow. We get super wonderful emails all the time, just people saying like, this is amazing, I want more, I'm going to get this for my family. Just it's been really a really fun, positive experience since we released Heathrow, because it's such a cool product, and our customers feel that too. So it's been really exciting.
There really is nothing like it out there. We'll talk more, by the way, if you're new to Magfast, or you've been away on vacation recently and you don't know what all the business about Heathrow. We'll talk about it in the course of, and this is a 3-hour broadcast. We're just here hanging out. If you're watching us now, God bless you. I think the emails and so on are going out at the moment, the text messages, so people will be coming in now. Join us for a bit, go off, spend some time with the people you love, come back. We're here for the next 3 hours until 6 p.m. Pacific. 9 p.m. Eastern. Rob Burnett joining us via. I'm sorry, Mikey.
I said just in time for the new episode of Succession on HBO tonight.
Succession, we will not be going beyond 9 p.m. Eastern. I can tell you that. Much. Rob Burnett, by the way, who's joining us via satellite uplink. From the United Kingdom, where it is quite late. It's 11 p.m. So thank you. You're going to be going through till 2 for us tonight.
Anything for you guys.
Thank you, Rob.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and just for context, again, if you've been with us for a while, you're going to have a very warm, familiar time over the next 3 hours. If you're new, we'll be explaining one or two things. So Rob is the CEO of an outfit called Net Capital. Okay, Net Capital on the web at netcapital.com, and Net Capital is one of a handful, I would say, of platforms that have been authorized by the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, to allow small companies like us to offer shares to their customers. That's it in a nutshell. Rob, why don't you just quickly expand on the nutshell for us so that folks understand? Because we couldn't have done this like 10 years ago or a little while ago. We couldn't have done this, right? There wasn't a legal framework for smaller companies to offer shares to their customers, right?
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So about in 2012, there was a law passed in the United States called the Jobs Act. And the idea behind that was to give more entrepreneurs access to capital and more everyday people access to the private capital markets and deals, and basically help trying to fund the innovation economy. And so in 2016, the law went into effect. And one of the things that was created with this law was a new type of kind of financial entity called a funding portal. And our job, so Net Capital Funding Portal is one of those funding portals, and our job is to act as a kind of neutral intermediary between investors who are looking to invest in private companies and issuers like Magfast that are looking to sell or issue their stock to investors. And so there's a handful of us that exist now, and we get to take advantage of this new securities regulation called Reg CF, or regulation crowdfunding, colloquially known as equity crowdfunding. And what that allows us to do is companies like Magfast and a bunch of other companies that are live on our site right now can sell their securities to the public, and everyday investors can come and buy them, and in a way that they never had been able to up until kind of before the law went into effect.
Yeah, it's super exciting. By the way, if you're like me, you don't have much appetite for a kind of dreary investment seminar. That isn't this. This is just kind of part of the core Magfast team hanging out together for a few hours. It's called our Closing Ceremonies. It's kind of a celebration of how the first month has gone since we launched Heathrow here. I've changed the camera around so we can see it properly, but we got Rob along because we've had the chance for people who want to, and we always say, don't invest a penny you can't afford to lose. Only do this as fun. It's like use your Vegas money, not your your trip to Vegas money, not your not your retirement money or your rent money. But if you have a little bit of money that you like to kind of have fun with, and you have a little allocation for that, if it's right for you. Of course, if you have a financial advisor, you should speak with them. So we've got, but there is an actual, like a federally imposed, like the federal government is imposing a deadline. We've been saying till the end of the month, Rob, but it turns out that there is actually an extra day, right, until Is it tomorrow night, Monday night?
Yeah, that's correct. And for the record, if anyone like me wants to nerd out on all of the SEC regulation stuff and they want to learn more about it, you can find it, all the information on netcapital.com. You're always welcome to reach out to us. We can explain everything in more detail, and I encourage everyone to kind of come and read the materials on the site if they're thinking about making an investment.
The best way to get to the site is going to be on your live. If you're joining us at Magfast Live now, if you're out elsewhere on the internet, like you're on the Facebook, maybe the YouTube, are we on the link? Are we on LinkedIn?
Yep.
I don't know. If maybe we're on LinkedIn too. But if you go to live.magfast.com, we've got some buttons underneath us. So here we are streaming live. Look, there's Rob there. All the rest of us. Anyways, there's some buttons underneath. I just want to explain what the buttons are right underneath right now. So learn more takes you to a page that talks about Heathrow, talks about Extreme, talks a little bit about investment, and has links. It has 2 links on it, and then we've got those 2 links are also reproduced here. So pre-order, I want to make the distinction between pre-order and invest. We are both offering Heathrow in some different special launch bundles to pre-order. It's going to ship in time for the holidays, according to all of our projections. We're actually guaranteeing it in time for the holidays. We're going to give you a kind of gift voucher if we don't make it in time for the holidays. Guaranteed in time for the holidays. But that's then a pre-order purchase. And there's another way of doing it, which is that you can make an investment in the company, again, with everything we were just saying about, it's not for everyone, money you could afford to lose and that kind of thing. And if you click on the yellow button underneath, that will take you straight over to Rob Burnett's Net Capital, as we're now calling it, Rob Burnett's Net Capital. To Net Capital, where Rob is the CEO. And there, just until we close tomorrow night at midnight Eastern, we're doing something we've never done before, which is for every 250, make sure I say this correctly, Kate and Michael, because we had whole meetings about making sure we said this properly. So for every $250 that you invest, we will give you a gift voucher for 50. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, correct.
All right.
You got it.
So kind of 20% if you like math, but it's in blocks of 250. Now, because the equities that we're offering aren't an exact number, I think it's like 250, 251, like it's some little number just above 250. But whatever that is, then we're going to give you $50. And quite a lot of people have said, you know what? I'm going to invest enough that when I get all my $50 is back, I can take those and get the Heathrow offers. So in a minute we'll go over the Heathrow offers, but I want to just check in with Kate and with Michael, because there's always the danger that I will talk 100% of the time instead of just 97. So let's get Kate up. Are you monitoring the chat? Do we have chat open someplace? Are you monitoring it? People there? Is everybody being nice? Is people being nice in the chat at the moment? Yeah.
Yes. Everyone's being wonderful. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at chat, seeing if anyone has any questions maybe they want answered, seeing if anyone has nice things that they want me to say. So that's what I'm doing.
If you look in the very Philip, put Kate up a little bigger on the screen if you can, please. Okay. Now, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner of Kate, you can just see the edge of her computer there, because we said put your computer where people can see it, and then they won't think you've zoned out in the middle of the broadcast.
Yes, so it looked like I was just like on my phone before, but I promise I'm looking at my laptop.
monitoring the chat and everything. All right, very good. So we'll come to, gather 1 or 2 comments together and questions and stuff, right? And we'll come to those in a minute. And then let's bring in Michael, who's less well known, I think, to folks watching our broadcast, although he's joined us a couple of times before. Hey, Mikey.
Hey.
So Michael Mataluni, about 10 years ago, did a full career switch, and I was lucky to meet him just before he made the switch. He used to be work in the restaurant business, essentially, as a professional. Switched into marketing, and is one of the most energetic and talented, and zoom in on that, one of the best looking people that I know in the field of marketing. And he joins us live from Orlando today, or the the outskirts of Orlando.
That's right.
Mike,
Very near with it. We're 20 minutes from the mouse at any given time.
yes.
The mouse.
Very good. Yes. There's a whole. If we did politics here, then we could easily segue into a national topic at this point. But we will not. But Mike, you just give people like the kind of 1 minute on what you do and why Heathrow potentially is very significant for the company.
Yeah, absolutely. So my job as the director of digital marketing is to not only share these products with the world, but find innovative ways of showing people all the magic of Magfast ultimately. So we run ads, we drive people to our shows where they can see more and learn about our products and learn about our history and why we believe that we're very special in this innovative space. And so it's really exciting because I had the opportunity, as Seymour said, I used to be in the restaurant business. So about 10 years ago, I started studying Facebook advertising and got really seduced by it. And I was having a blast and helping companies build their businesses online. And I found Seymour about 10 years ago with a different startup back then. And we've had a fantastic professional relationship since then. But more importantly, we're really good friends. So it's been what an amazing trip.
It's true. We complete each other's
sandwiches.
We complete each other's sandwiches. That's yeah. So I just have a slide up here as a little reminder. Anybody who wants, and what's interesting is that on Net Capital, at the time that when you make your investment, there's a little question, right, Rob, that says, do you have any comment about why you invested, or is there any way that you can help? And I was reading some of the comments earlier on, and a lot of people are saying, because the stuff is so innovative, which is great, because we're trying to, I don't think the world needs any more companies that are just doing the same thing as everybody else. If you go onto Amazon and search for chargers, my God, there's a lot of stuff that's just exactly the same as everything else. And so we think that, we think there's no point unless we're doing something different. So people are recognizing the innovation, but also people are saying, I want to get me some Heathrow at a discount, which is really nice as well. So the slide that's up behind me here, just put it on screen, and then we'll move on for a second. So it's $50 of free Magfast products for every 250 invested. $50 of free Magfast products for every 250. Yeah, that's in addition, of course, to the equities. And I should correct that because it is no longer until April the 30th. It is now actually until the end of the day on May the 1st. Okay, I actually will go in and edit my slide right now because we only just heard about. Actually, you know what? If I do that, I'll break some of the digital flow from my computer to there. So I won't edit it now, but we have until tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Pacific. And a year ago, when there was a similar deadline, I was actually online with Rob and Jason, your colleague, found, and it was to the wire. Folks were investing, and we sold out. So if you want to get in, now would be a good time. The yellow button underneath will take you directly there. All right, Kate. Any comments that we should handle before we go on?
No questions yet, but right now we have Carla Perkowski here. She just says, love the new Heathrow. She was actually one of our winners last month, so nice. I'm so glad you're here. And then Daniel says, from what it looks like, it's going to be amazing. Can't wait. And Steven says, so exciting seeing all these new products you come up with. Very impressed with the Lux charging cables.
Super. Yeah, no, Lux has been sort of very important kind of strategically for the company because it's something that everybody can get. These suitcases. Hang on, I'm on my wrong camera again, aren't I? Michael, who's mixing all of this, is trying to persuade me to spend a lot of money on a new camera system so that we have kind of better control. Here we go. Suitcases like this, if you look at the competitors, they're often kind of $1,300, $1,400. We're doing it for less than that at the moment, but you can't make a good suitcase like this for less than really the kind of high hundreds, kind of $1,000 mark. But cables, this cable that we launched just about a year ago, we first showed this in public. This is now America's highest rated smartphone cable. Okay, just think about that for a second. The highest rated smartphone cable. There are other ones. There are ones that sell more. There are ones that are longer. There are ones that are shorter. There are ones that are more powerful. There are ones that are like there are ones with many other qualities. We haven't found one that is higher rated. This is higher rated than Apple's cable. It's higher rated than the equivalent from our main competitor, who I shall not name, but whose cable looks like this. Okay, this is also in the premium category, right? But I don't know which one you'd prefer to use, one that sort of flows and is all beautiful, or one that kind of scrunches up like that. This is super premium, high quality, MFI certified. It just isn't a lovely thing to have in your life. So we're super proud about that. But the great thing about Lux is it brings many, many, many more people into the Magfast universe. And so let's bring up Mikey for a second. I just want to talk with Michael about the main project. So it feels like we've been on presentation deadlines and this, that, and the other for weeks now. So we've got a deadline. We're doing this presentation now. We've got a deadline tomorrow night, which is an absolute federally imposed deadline for investing in the company. We don't know if or when there will be another chance to invest. It's the federal law, so we start unpacking it, becomes very complicated. But there's basically various financial filings and so on you have to do, and audits and so on. And the result of all of that is that with all of the paperwork we have filed at the moment, we're only allowed to accept investments up until tomorrow night. Then after a bunch more accounting work and so on, we have to file some more paperwork, and then we would be able to, but we may not want to take further investment. All right. Rob wants us to because he loves having people raise money on his platform, but we will make the best decision in the interest of the company. And the biggest influence on whether and or how soon we would do that will be the work that Michael and I and Kate and the team do over the coming weeks, which is going to be to do with Heathrow. So let me see if I can. Why don't I set it up with the Richard Branson story? Way back when Richard Branson, right, one of the famous billionaire, when he first started the airline, he was trying to find a way of explaining very simply the business model of the airline. He said, look, the plane is like this, all right? Whatever it is, 2/3 of it, 3/4 of it is economy, all right? We squeeze everybody in there. We aim to provide a better service than anybody else does in economy. And if you've ever flown Virgin Economy, it's pretty nice compared to most other services, right? A lot of thoughtful little details that are very fair, not the cheapest, but a really great quality product at a fair price. But that's 3/4 of the plane. And the business model is that and I'm still talking about the airline here, but there's a great parallel with what we're working to do now. The economy pays for the plane, all right? Economy, this is the way that he described it. I'm not speaking to the exact financials of any one airline, including Virgin at the moment, but the way he spoke about it was those tickets that we sell for there, they pay for the fuel, they pay for the lease on the airplane, they pay for the pilots, they pay for the team, they pay for the safety inspections, they pay for the docking. They basically, that runs the plane. Then you make your money out of the front of the plane, where people are buying the more expensive premium business and first class services. And so that's the model for what we're now able to do. We haven't been able to do that literally until this month in the company. All right, so Michael, let's talk about this. The new online presentation to which we're going to invite people. Philip, if we're able to bring Mikey up alongside me in one of those layouts. Yeah, thank you. The new presentation that we're going to be putting together in the next couple of weeks is going to combine the chance for people to buy Lux if they would like to.
That's exactly right.
$, like a $30 purchase, $40, like a relatively low end purchase. Or they can buy a charger or two for $100 or $200 or $300, or they can get into Heathrow, and it's going to be the same airplane, right? And the metrics we have at the moment are that the Lux presentations that we do, they run just great. People come along, they buy. From a financial point of view, They fly the plane. Heathrow, together with the charges, now allows us to kind of layer profit on top of that. That's the model. We still have to. There's going to be the maiden flight in a couple of weeks, right? But talk to that a little bit more for us, Mikey, and why it makes sense in the era of digital marketing.
Yeah, I think one of the challenges that folks don't often realize when it comes to running a company online and generating sales is the cost of the advertising. It's very expensive. Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook wants a big part of the cut. Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, wants to make a lot of money, and so they charge us a lot of money to deliver these ads on their platforms. And it's critical for us to be able to drive new customers as we build the business and acquire new customers at as low cost as possible. But in order to get your money back for that advertising, you really need to be able to sell a whole range of products. And allowing people to buy something that's very inexpensive, like a Lux, and then get it into their hands and then fall in love with the product and the company gives them a lot more confidence to take that next step and to buy a Heathrow or buy an Extreme or buy any of our other range of products. And so it's incredibly important for us to be able to bring people along into a show, to pay some of these bigger companies to get our ads out there, and then to utilize a range of products with different price points so that we can not only make the company solid on the ground, but then, as Seymour said, lift us off into the air and allow us to be profitable in the long run. And that's why, as we continue to develop our advertising strategies, that's why it's so critical to bring in people at each of those price points, because it builds the foundation for the entire company.
Yep. So it's super exciting. That's our main. That's what we're going to be focused on over the next couple of weeks. As soon as we're done with this, just want to say hello and welcome if you're just joining us. I'm Seymour Segnet, the founder, inventor, CEO at Magfast. With me, bigger on your screen on the left there is Michael Mataluni. He's our director of digital marketing. In your upper right is Rob Burnett of Net Capital, the amazing platform. If you're a small business and you want to raise money, maybe by offering shares to your friends and to your customer friends, I would say, like to the people that your community. There are a handful of platforms out there. You will get the white glove treatment. You'll get a much better experience. I know this. We have dealt with the other platforms. You'll get a much better
and
time.
Very few of those other platforms would have brought their CEO on to spend time with us and share how powerful this opportunity is with you. I mean, it's just incredible.
Always happy to hang with you guys.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
You guys are
Rob.
amazing. Yeah.
And in the middle on the top there is Kate Kennard, who is there's a lot of promotion going on around here. It's actually just you and me, Michael, who are unpromoted. Rob's been promoted to CEO just recently. It was previously operations director, was it?
I was CEO. I've held many titles, as one does, but yeah. Recently took
but now
over
you've got
CEO
the big
of
one. You
Funding
grabbed the
Portal.
big one, the CEO. Yeah. And Kate, I don't know, about did we even give you a title for the new thing? I mean, she's been one of the cornerstones of customer care, kind of forever, and the co-host of these live broadcasts for a while, and is now stepping up into a broader. How do we even begin to describe it? I mean,
project manager, I guess.
That doesn't quite do it justice because it's so wide ranging across so many different parts of the business. And what are we, 2 or 3 weeks into that? And she's been stepping up absolutely brilliantly. We're really super proud of Kate. She's actually she's now too important and busy to do this, but she's so good at it. We're insisting. Yeah.
Yeah, you need me.
Okay. Yes.
Turn her off now.
Perhaps she's growing into that a little too rapidly. Anything else online we should check out as we continue here, Kate?
I had a couple of questions that I saw, and I don't know if you can answer this one. So if you can't, just say you can't answer it. But Stephen asked, when will you possibly be in the stock market? How many years will you be able to invest? So it's 2 separate questions, I guess.
Okay, so when will we be in the stock market? It's a don't know. Let me broaden the question out with Rob's help here. What's behind that question is, when will the investment be more liquid? I think, like, we know what are the chances. This is a private placement at the moment. That means the equities will be, are not freely tradable. But so the exits from that are we sell the company or we go on the stock market are typically the ways. Although there are also, don't spend too long on it, Rob, but sometimes there are kind of secondary markets and so on that become possible as well. Do you want to just talk to that for
Sure.
30
Yeah.
seconds?
I think, like every company raising capital on net capital, these are all private companies. And so if you're unfamiliar with the private markets versus the public markets, the big thing to keep in mind is when you invest in a private company, there's often not an opportunity to resell those securities. So you're going to want to only invest, something you're comfortable with losing, and you're going to want to plan to hold for the long run because, Magfast could someday go public. They could someday get acquired. That would be how you would make a return on your investment. But those things are highly speculative and by no means guaranteed. So I know the team's going to do their best, but from a kind of investor protection standpoint, you want to be very cautious about making these investments.
Super cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cautious. I just want to say, give a shout out to our newest Heathrow customers who just joined us, while you know, Dave and Roger, Christopher and Robert and Howard and Vincent and Susan and Kimberly and John all joined us just in the last little while. Meanwhile, over at Net Capital. And by the way, if you've pre-ordered or invested, forgive me if I don't read your name out. I've just gone to the most recent people in. I'm reading a few of them off. But let's say hello and thank you so much to Audrey, God bless you, to Greg and Ernest, you know who you are, to Patricia and Robert and Kimberly double-barreled, Jonathan and Stephen and Douglas and Cheryl and Phyllis and Patience and Margaret and Vern. Thank you all so much. If you would like to join them, there are 3 buttons underneath. What do they say, Kate? Have you got them up on there on your screen? Learn more.
I don't have them.
All right. So you've got a learn more button. So you guys write this down and then you can explain it next time we come around. So there's learn more. That'll take you to a page on our website that has more kind of pictures of Heathrow, explains a little bit more, explains what the different offers are if you would like to pre-order Heathrow. The pre-order button obviously takes you straight into the pre-order flow. So it's just straight in there. What do you want to get? And Invest Now takes you over to our page at Net Capital if you would like to invest in the company. The deadline for investment is tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. And it's going to be the last chance to invest before the Heathrow sales kind of start more formally online with advertising and so on. So far, we've only offered it just to our friends and family. I think we've all been taken aback with the reaction to it. One of the things, Rob, when you're lining up financial information about companies, one of the things that companies quote or should quote is the average order value. Right, average order value, right? So let's just define what that means when you're selling, right? If you go into a store, the average what's the average that is spent, right? Rob, you go to Sainsbury's in the UK, you go to Costco, you go to
Exactly right.
There's an average that's spent at the checkout, right? Average order value.
Correct. Yeah.
The average order value for Heathrow is a hair under $2,000. Okay, so it's just under $2,000. That is quite a high. I mean, if you're selling luxury yachts, it's not so much. But there are many charger companies that have a product range with an average order value to regular consumers. I'm sure if people are selling charging products to large office buildings or something, but that's pretty remarkable. And meanwhile, at the opposite end, in our cable business, all right, most cables sell online for what? Like the vast majority of them, they're kind of like $10, $12. Ours is $37, and we get an average order value higher than that on average. So wherever we're working, we're getting high average order values. We still have a lot of work to do to get profitability, to get scale, and all that kind of thing. But there's one or two things that we're doing that are pretty remarkable. Did we? I'm just remembering, Kate, that you had a question a few minutes ago. I'm wondering if we answered if we answered it.
You answered the first part, and then the second part of his question was, how many more years will you be able to invest? But I guess that you can't. That's hard to answer.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we could circle back on there, because I'm not sure we ever actually answered the question. You guys were saying that you were going to close at the end of the month, but as the SEC's website where we do the filings is actually closed on the weekends. And so because April 30th this year falls on a Sunday, they give you an extra day. So that's why you'll get to invest through the end of the day tomorrow. So that's when this offering will close. And so there won't be an opportunity to invest in this offering after midnight Eastern time tomorrow. But then, if you all decide to raise again sometime in the future, it may be available, but
it may be
totally
available. It won't be
unknown.
available. I'll tell you for free, it won't be available at this price. That's for sure. And again, I mean, this isn't a hard sell. We just want you to know about the deadline. If you're having fun, if you've got, I think the minimum is, $110. So if you want to have a little punt, that would be great. And at $250, let me just grab the slide again, Philip, and maybe you can put it up. Oh, hang on. I just went away to the safe enclave. Let me go back. Yeah. So we're going to do $50 of free Magfast products for every 250 invested at the moment. So let me tell you what that means in terms of Heathrow itself. Now, I want to apologize that this slide I'm putting up now has got quite a lot on it, but let me just work through it so that you understand. So we have 3 launch offers for Heathrow at the moment. This is offer number 1, and it consists of, if you go from the middle of the slide downwards, you see it says $997. So that is an already discounted price on the main Heathrow Suitcase. It's called the E Carry-On. The E Carry-On. E because why, Kate? Because it has the
E Enclave for E Extreme.
It has the safe E Enclave, that's right, for E Extreme. So this is the E Carry-On. Yes. We're discounting it. We're including a free Extreme, which is a $249 value, and the Tough cover, which is a $49 value. All right. Just so that if you see on the yellow panel in the middle, the value of the gifts and the discounts is $400 on this, plus 7 nights for 4 at a luxury resort. Okay, we'll talk about that again in just a minute. All right, but we've teamed up with one of the world's leading companies that works in the area of premium accommodation that is underbooked. All right, and so we've been able to do some deals with them that allow us to include 7 nights for 4 at a luxury resort. Okay, we're going to cover it all. You cover. It works out the equivalent of buying your breakfast every day. All right, it's a kind of it's a taxes and fees thing, but it's it's kind of like when you get a free flight, but you pay for the taxes. I mean, this is free accommodations, and you'll be in something like the cost of a continental breakfast every day for each person. So that's pretty great. Now, that bundle as a pre-order, and there's a button if you're with us at live.magfast.com. There's a button underneath your screen that allows you to pre-order this for $997, and if you take that checkout, there's also for most folks it depends on. It's all done electronically, but there are usually ways of spreading the payments. Does that work? Magfast.com/getHeathrow. Is that a working shortcut? I haven't actually used that. In fact, take that off the screen, Philip, because what we do know is that the button directly underneath works, and also you were covering up the thing that says, or $97 a month. It won't be exactly 97. It'll depend on where you are in your region and however it is that they figured out behind the scenes. But for about $97 a month, you can get this launch offer number 1, or if it's appropriate for you, a $5,000 investment in equities in the company will get you $5,000. Will get you $1,000 in gift vouchers, which you could then spend on this. Does that make sense? I'm relying on you 3 guys to kind of to catch me out if I'm not saying this clearly. Okay, I can see you all nodding, which I'll take as a positive sign. But I would, if I'm messing this up, I would prefer that you highlight it for me. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide. All right. So this is offer number 2. Now here, if you will, this is in addition to offer number 1. If you will add the medium suitcase, significantly discounted to $997, we'll give you the large suitcase for free. Okay. So you're going to be buying essentially the e-carry-on and the medium, both for $997. Okay, because both of them have launch kind of reduced prices for launch. Free extreme, free tough cover, free large. We've got to be. Kate, your dad does a lot of the financial planning and keeps it pretty tight. We just make sure he doesn't see these before we close this. He'll blow a gasket if he sees what we're doing here. So this is total gifts and discounts of $1901. Right, so that's the suitcase, the large suitcase gift, plus the discounts on the others, plus the free. Total gifts and discounts of $1901, which is almost as much as the $1994 that the offer is, plus 7 nights for 4 at a luxury resort. Now that will depend on how many different, because Kate actually did all of the research and the setup of this. So let's talk about the resort thing for a second before we show you offer number 3. So Kate, talk us through the resort thing. Okay, it's for up to 4 folks, right?
Right. So it could be you and 3 of your closest friends or family members, whatever you want. And there's over 3,500 different resorts that you can choose from. There's hundreds in the US alone if you want to stick in the US. If you want to go, somewhere else, just on the other side of the globe, there is a resort there too for you. And like Seymour said before, is that a lot of when you're like, looking it up, looking at times and stuff, there might not be a time that you think that you can go. You can wait a year, you can wait 2 years, and then you can find the best time for you. There's off-season times, and that's how you.
So what this isn't is we're going to pay for you to go anywhere you want, any time with 3 other people. That isn't what this is. What this is a huge range of super premium, just some gorgeous places all around the world. When we give you your voucher, you're going to have, I think you have 24 months to use it. I think you have to register it within a certain number of days. Then you got 2 years within which to use it, and they normally require 30 days notice. But I mean, some of these places are just just magnificent. And as I said earlier on, there's going to be taxes. Your part of this is just taxes and fees, roughly the cost of a buffet breakfast per person per day. So it's like it's really pretty amazing. So this is just 1 or 2 of the resorts. So Philip, I think you know what I'm going to ask for next. If you can get the rainforest film on standby, and we'll play that in just a second. But I mean, look at some of these places. This is just a handful of them. I asked Kate to kind of go through and just pick out 1 or 2. But these are pretty random. I mean, for the most part, we just pick places you're going to have heard of. You've heard of New York. We want to have places that you've heard of, but there's lots of places you've heard of, other places you haven't. Oh, and one of the things to say. This is a question that comes up. This is nothing to do with timeshare. Okay, this is nothing to do with it. It's not like you go there and you have to listen to some terrible person trying to sell you something. This is because of underbooked accommodations. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
and you mentioned before. Sorry.
Yeah, and I just want to emphasize, this is included as a promotion with the pre-order sales of Heathrow. This is independent and separate from the investment opportunity. The investment opportunity works like this: you invest, we're giving you some vouchers that you can spend on our stuff. It just so happens that at the moment you can pre-order Heathrow, and we've got this thing going on in there. All right. So just wanted to explain how that's structured. What else, Kate?
I was just saying, once you get your voucher, you have 30 days to activate it. But once you activate it, then you have 2 years to book your trip. So there's no rush. You don't have to book your trip as soon as you activate it. It's all very relaxed, and it's meant to be a happy experience.
It's a very happy experience. And I mean, the value of it depends on where you choose. I think, it's kind of anywhere up to $2,100, $2,200, something like that. All right, depending on the time of year and where you choose and that kind of thing. So there's a bunch of really, I mean, look at these kind of look at this.
And you can upgrade yours if you want. When you're looking through the resorts, they have ones that are optional. Was all-inclusive upgrade, so you can upgrade it to all-inclusive if you want, and it'll tell you what the fees are and everything.
Beautiful. We made a little film talking about this. We actually just picked one of the resorts and made just a little 1-minute film to give you a feeling for it. Philip, if you've got that, it'd be terrific if you could run it for us now, please. Pretty great, right? There's only one problem. How about that? There's only one problem for the people in this room, like broadcasting to you now, which is we're not allowed. Right? The rules of the game are it's not a way of getting vacations for your employees. It's a way of giving gifts to your customers. So we're not allowed to do that, but you are, and it's included. So it's 7 nights for 4. This huge choice that we explained just now, and it's included with each of the Heathrow launch offers. 2 ways of doing that. One is to pre-order. If you're with us at live.magfast.com right now, if you're out on the internet on Facebook or YouTube or something, maybe come over to live.magfast.com. There's a button right underneath us here that says pre-order, where you'll check out like a kind of regular checkout. You'll recognize it with kind of shop pay and all that kind of thing. And we got the three launch offers that we're going through at the moment, and then the yellow invest button. If it is appropriate for you to make an investment in a small risky company, it's not appropriate for everybody, but if it is, we're doing for every $250 that you invest before midnight tomorrow night, we're doing a $50 kind of gift voucher, product voucher, which if you want, you can turn around and spend on these offers here. Right. So this middle offer, let's just put it up full screen again. I'll just complete the offers for folks. Yeah. So the middle offer is you're getting the carry-on with Extreme, okay, the world's best charger for travel, and the tough cover. All right. Extreme is very well protected in the safe Enclave. We'll talk about that in a second. But we've done a cover that you can snap on like a cell phone, snap-on cover. You get the medium suitcase and the large, $1,994, or payments at about just under 200, like so 197 a month, something like that. You'll see that in the checkout if you do the pre-order, and this is obviously for a smaller number of people, if an investment of something like $10,000 would ever be appropriate for you for a company in a company like us. That would not be appropriate for most people, but if you're someone for whom that would be, then you would get a couple of $2,000 worth of product vouchers back, and you could get this offer kind of as your kind of bonus for investing, your gift for investing. And then the third offer, as if that weren't crazy enough, goes like this, which is if you add another of the e-carry-ons over there on the left, if you add another one of those, we'll also give you another Extreme. We'll also give you another tough cover, and we'll give you a regular carry-on. So it's the same size. You can see it's the same size. It's the same size. It just doesn't have the safe Enclave in it. But if you think about a large family traveling, you don't need everybody with an accessible charger. Okay, did I make that clear, folks? I think I did. Oh, and the other thing on the way out, when you're checking out, either if you're pre-ordering and checking out, with a credit card, or if you're checking out in the next few days with these gift vouchers we're going to give you, is we have something called the Premium Travel Essentials Kit, the Magfast Premium Travel Essentials Kit, which is a whole bunch of things. Let me just go through. So the total value of them all is over $350. We're doing it as a special, and most people who check out Heathrow at the moment, Michael, right? We were analyzing the data the other day. I forget the exact number. It's something like 80% of people are choosing to include this with their order. So we've taken the liberty of kind of pre-selecting it. So you'll find this pre-selected. Most folks choose to include it in their order. You can easily increase or decrease the number. But let's just go through the items. Kate, this was one you insisted on having in there, the packing cubes, right? The packing cubes.
Which I had never heard of, and my kids had to explain to me what they were.
Yeah, Mike, I'm very, I'm older than Michael, but I'm very in touch with the latest trends. I think, regular viewers know that about me, right? Yeah. But so can you describe it, old man? Now you know what a packing cube is?
Well, so I originally thought that they were like little foam cubes that go in your suitcase, like if you like to organize stuff, but that's not it at all.
No.
What they are is, I believe you can vacuum pack, like you can vacuum down your clothes and put them in these little cubes so that they're like perfect little shapes, and you can get like twice as much clothing.
Well, there are vacuum versions of it. These are actually just organizational ones where you put stuff in and you zip it up just to help keep it all help to keep it all tidy. So we're doing that. We're doing a premium. We're doing a premium mask for when you're on the flight. Okay. All right, and this is all going to be packaged nicely so that you can gift it if you would like to. Getting comments online that I actually look better like this. Thank you so much. That's good. The premium travel mask. We have got. Do I have it here? Yeah. This thing is really handy. It's a scale, so you hang your suitcase. Look, you hang your suitcase on the scale. All right. Excuse me. Turn it on, weigh it, make sure you're not overweight. Brilliant at the airport. So you're not, as I've been so many times, with your suitcase open on the flare of the airport. I can see Rob smiling. Yep. I can see he's been through this any number of times. Yep. You've got your books and all your stuff out all over the floor. Apologies for this cutoff thing here. It's to do with the. You see this? Yep. Actually, this reminds me. Kate has a beautiful dog who had a badly injured leg. Just tell us about.
That's what reminded you of it.
Do you have
because his arm.
Because my arm's cut off. So Kate has this beautiful pet dog, Annie, and Annie's front left leg was so sick she had to have it amputated this week. But it's a marvelous happy story, right? Because she's
so much happier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she bounced back so fast. The first night was rough, she was like, "Hey, where's my leg?" But now she's great, and she doesn't even cry anymore. When she had her hurt leg, she cried every single day. She can go up and down the stairs by herself. Like it's been an amazing, super quick recovery, and I'm very, very happy for her.
Phenomenal. Good for Annie.
So what story does this remind you of? This neck pillow remind you of, Seymour?
Another sick pet.
I was gonna say, it makes me wish we weren't live streaming for another 2 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah. So the point about it is that the Premium Travel Essentials Kit is it's a whole bunch of things. Can we pull the kit up on screen, please, again, Philip? So the point about the Magfast brand is we're only going to put our name on it if it's really good. So most of the stuff we design and innovate ourselves. In an area like this, we just go to some of the very best manufacturers and we gather the stuff together. So what have we got in here? We've got the luggage scale I just showed you, an additional luggage tag, fantastic neck pillow. We're going to throw in an extra Lux cable, some adapters. And then down in the bottom row there, some electronics. What this is going to be a power travel. Do I have it here? Yeah. So a really neat, if you can come up with me, yeah. So a really neat travel power brick, except that this is going to be, how to describe this? You know how with Lux we gave you really the one cable you ever need, like there's 50 different ones online, but actually you only really need Lux. It's all the power you need 99% of the time. So we're doing that. We're going to be doing that with this charger as well. This will have adapters so that you can use it all around the world, but it's also going to be a great one to use at home. That's included in the travel essentials kit. And we're also doing one of those little adapters that you can plug in when you're on the plane, or maybe sometimes in a rental car or whatever. You can plug it in, and it broadcasts using Bluetooth. It'll broadcast the sound to your headset or to some other device like that. Anyway, each of these items, if you add them all up, would be about $350. We're including it for $197, and most people are choosing to do that. So we're grateful for.
Well, yeah, and then just to add on to what you were saying, Seymour, I think this is something that's so important when it comes to the Magfast core business model, is that we're only looking to develop, even if it's something that somebody else has manufactured, we're only looking to develop things that are absolutely delightful, that are premium, that are top quality, that resonate with the Magfast brand. And I think that's just so important as we continue to develop new products and we look for ways in order to, be more profitable as a business. It's so critical that we're able to deliver something that's just one step above what everybody else is doing. As Seymour was saying earlier, when you go to Amazon, there's a million different cables and there's a million different chargers, but they're all kind of the same, and you're all just and a lot of them can be on the junkier side. We'll be nice about it. But what you see is a lot of these companies, it's a fight for the bottom. They're just trying to reduce costs, reduce price. And it's not a very sustainable business model. So what we always want to do is manufacture and develop the highest quality premium product so that we can position ourselves at the top of the market instead of this race and fight to the bottom.
Yep. And Lux is this great recent example of this. Okay, Magfast Lux, the cable. If you can put me up, Philip, I'm holding up the box here just for anyone. So many people watching this, of course, have already got Lux. I love, and so many folks say, "Oh my God, it's so great! I came back and then I got 10 of them. I'm giving them as gifts." And people are like, "This is hitherto." It's a very old English word, isn't it? Hitherto, but I mean, there was never really a cable that you could gift someone. I mean, if someone gave you a USB cable for Christmas, you'd cross them off your list. Right now, we've got this thing that's absolutely gorgeous, and I just wanted to look at Amazon. We're currently 4.8 on Amazon. It's always very delicate if you're up in where the air is thin at the kind of 4.8, 4.9, because you get one person who goes, "The UPS guy delivered it to my next door neighbor by mistake. 1 star," as if that has anything to do with the product. So we've got a couple of people like that in, but we're 4.8. But let me break that down for you of what people are saying, like within the rating. This is for the cable. Sturdiness 4.9. Sturdiness 4.9. Durability 4.9. Charging power 4.8. The number of people who say it's the fastest charge they've ever had is astonishing to me. It's a really nice fast charge. I think it's 60 watts, which is more than double what most smartphones can do. But more important than that pure wattage number is the quality of the electronics, because it isn't just like an old-fashioned power cable of the past. They now they negotiate between the charging brick and your phone, and there's this negotiation. And if they're bad at the negotiation, it doesn't charge so fast. So that's going great. And then 4.8 for charging power and 4.7 for value for money. Well, that's still 4.7, which is an incredible score. And it's the only one that is a hair off of 4.8, and this is a $37 cable. When on Amazon they'll sell you one for $10, $12. So the fact that people still think that we're a fantastic value for money at our price point is great. And just as a reminder, lifetime warranty, limited lifetime warranty on Lux. If ever it fails, we've got 50,000 of these out in the field, I think now. The failure rate is incredibly low. Anything that's manufactured will have some kind of failure rate. Ours is really low. We're really pleased. If it fails and it's our fault, we replace it at no cost to you. If you, what is it, Kate? Like, actually, Kate, tell us a couple of sad stories of people who have broken their cables. Like, what's the craziest you've had?
I saw one where someone said that their cable melted, and we were like, oh wow, okay, send us a picture. And that was not the case. It looked like they had super glued their USB-A adapter onto the end of their Lux cable. So I'm not really sure.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, but we've had people like that. The animals have chewed it. They've slammed it into car doors and this, that, and the other. And we have a special program that you can replace it at very, very low cost. It's called the Honest Replacement Program. Okay, we do require proper evidence and this, that, and the other. So, but yeah, we want to make sure that this is something that gives you incredible service for a long, long time to come. Rob Burnett, CEO of Net Capital, joins us live from the United Kingdom, where it is 3 minutes to midnight at the moment. But he's graciously joining us, and you look fresh as a bunny, like you just got up.
Bunny.
I'm doing great. I go back and forth to the States all the time, so jet lag, staying up late, I manage somehow. Happy to do it.
It's normal for me. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. We got a cable to you, didn't we? Please tell me we got some cables to you.
We did.
And
they're great. And they made some great gifts as well, actually. They might have ended up in some stockings over the holidays. I got to spread the love to the family.
You gifted some?
Yay. That's great.
Excellent. Rob, I was about to say, Rob, there's a couple of reasons why Rob is being careful with his words.
First of all, I do have to be a little careful with my words.
First of all, it's midnight, and so the words come less fluently. But also because he runs an investment platform, he has to remain neutral about the company. So he has to be careful that all of the investment opportunities on his platform get an equal handling. You would do this for any of the teams on your platform who invited you to participate in a show. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, and Seymour's exactly right. I have to, it's an absolute pleasure working with you guys. My job here is to explain the investment opportunity and to be here as a resource when we talk about the investments. But ultimately, it's up to Seymour, you and your team to sell Magfast, and for everyone here watching to decide if it's a good investment or not, or if it's a good purchase or not.
And just to be clear, it's also a pleasure to work with all of the other teams on his platform. We're not more pleasure than any of the others. All right, just making sure we're clear about that. All right, so let's just talk about let's stick with Lux for a second here, because it's super important. So if you saw us launch it, with this kind of hello gorgeous. The slide behind me here was the kind of like the theme that we have on the website. I just want to take you through just a couple of things about it real quick. So first of all, Lux shipped on time. All right, we've had difficulties with this from our original charger products in the past, so we're determined that any new products that we introduce ship on time. Lux has in huge quantities, 50,000 now, and the success of that and Heathrow is helping us to catch up with the backlog on some of our other products. I mentioned that it is now America's highest rated smartphone cable, 4.9. As I say, it's actually currently 4.8 on Amazon, but on Trustpilot and Google reviews up at 4.9. Here is a typical comment. This gentleman says, I love this one. He says, "This," speaking about Lux, "this is the one. Surely the greatest cable I've ever had." He says, "Now this is why this is interesting." This gentleman, Kyle, apologize if I say your last name incorrectly. Kyle Scheel. Does that look right? Kyle Scheel?
I think so. Scheel.
So he says, "Look, I have 8 years of cell phone sales under my belt, working at Verizon and AT&T, right, handling these things all day, every day. I've never used or seen a better cable." Yeah, so huge numbers of these are out there. Reviews are all over the place. Great charges, fantastic customer service. Talking about Kate and Sanya and the team there, and yeah, we're super excited because now this year we're going to be shipping. Let me just move my slide forward here. 5 of the world's best charging products. So what are the 5? Well, we've got Extreme. We'll talk about Extreme in a second. And Air and Life. People are just loving those. Again, it's taken too long to get them into people's hands, but now that we are, they're just loving them. Lux, of course, number 4, and now Heathrow as well. So it's a small but very kind of exclusive group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Kate, I think you said you got 1 or 2 questions coming in. Yeah.
I do, yes. Let's see. So there's a couple of questions about the trip. I have already lost my place. Oh, here's one. So Steve says the trip is for 4 people, but do we all share the same room? So that completely depends where you go, Steve. When you're looking up your resorts and stuff, it'll tell you, oh, this comes with 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, 1 room. So it just completely depends. So if you don't want to share a room with anyone else, then look at those resorts that will give you your own room.
Yeah, they'll be trying, and sometimes it'll be like a suite where there's kind of 2 rooms that are adjoining or whatever. So all kinds of different things. I say this is there's a huge variety in here, and your decision to pre-order or to invest should not be based on this. This is just a bonus. It's an extra. It's a fun thing that we were able to do for you. It's not like we're not running these accommodations. We're not going to be kind of checking that the chocolate is on your pillow beforehand. But it's a pretty great setup, and one of the things to know about them is that there are the total collection of resorts is something like 3,500 at any one time. There might be only 2,500 of them available at any one moment in time or whatever. And you have to get yourself there. But many of them are in the United States, and depending on where you are in the States, you might just be. For instance, one of the ones we had up there was Catskill skiing in New York. That's like 2 hours from where I live. I can just jump in the car and just drive up there.
And California had many of them. So if you're in California, you'd
many
be able
in
to
California. In Texas, there's fewer, but people in Texas are used to jumping in the car and driving for a bit as well, or jump on a plane and go to India, the rainforest that we showed you earlier on. So it really is terrific, and it's at no cost to you. So if you never got around to it and all you got was fantastic luggage, it would still be great.
Exactly. If you don't use it, you don't have to pay any money. So I have Yosef asks, when do we get the vouchers? That this is not the 7-night thing, but the gift vouchers for purchasing of the equities.
You're going to get them as soon as the round closes. Maybe Rob, maybe you can speak to when we will have like confirmed data. Just speak a little bit to how that works.
Yeah, so the offering will close tomorrow at midnight. Once the closing occurs, everyone's securities will be put in their net capital accounts. So that'll happen pretty quickly, usually within a week or 2. And then we'll have all the final data over to Magfast, and you guys will have all the information you need to distribute any of your products or services or anything like that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, typically, for every 100 folks who've invested, and I think we're up to kind of, the total number of investors is over 5. Well, we're kind of waiting to get this data back from Rob and his team. But well over 5,000 folks are now kind of co-owners of Magfast, essentially. There's another 1,500 or 1,600. Some of them will be many of them, in fact, will be repeat investors, but there's another 1,500 or so have joined us just as a part of this offering. And typically, when a closing happens, for every kind of 100 people, Rob, like 90 of them kind of close almost immediately, just because all of the financial stuff works.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a couple days for the funds to arrive in our account, things like that. Sometimes people need to kind of change something up in their account to make sure we can verify who they are, things like that. So yeah, it typically takes a week or two to kind of get the last couple of people in the door, all squared away, and get the transaction finalized.
But Kate is going to be, well, the whole team, but I mean, Kate's going to be spearheading. We're going to get the vouchers to you just as soon as we have the data. It'll come in. You'll get it within the next couple of days. And we're holding the launch for investors. We're holding the Heathrow launch. I'm pointing because there's a Heathrow over there. We're holding the Heathrow launch offers open so that you can use your vouchers. So if you want to get Heathrow and you're going to use investing and getting vouchers as a way of discounting that, we're going to hold it open for you. If you want to pre-order, you should go right ahead and do. You should do that now from the pre-order button directly below the screen. The slide behind me, I haven't actually demoed this. This is kind of a little bit nutty. Let's demo the safe Enclave, which means I should switch my cameras over here. Switch my camera over to, is it here? Yeah. All right. So this is Heathrow. This is our friend Heathrow, and the safe Enclave is really the key innovation here. This is something that we don't know anyone else is doing anything like this at all. It's as simple as this. Magfast Extreme is the whole thinking here is that when you travel, you need power. Particularly, you need power when you get to your destination. Even if you're traveling by yourself, there's the watch, the phone, the tablet, the computer. You've got a bunch of different things. If you're traveling with your family, God alone knows. So you always need a whole collection of different cables and chargers and this, that, and the other when you travel. Maybe not quite as much as that, but you generally have to travel with quite a lot of junk. So we figure that Extreme is already by far the best charger to take with you when you travel. It's obviously bigger than the average charger, but it's smaller than lots of other chargers and bricks and all of this, that, and the other. It's also about the only one of its kind that you can also plug in jumper cables, right, and jumpstart a rogue rental car if you want to. If you got to have a rental car while you're traveling and it breaks down. So Extreme, best charger on the planet for when you're traveling. You need a way of getting it there, and it's often very helpful to have a charge available to you while you're traveling. So we designed this special thing called the Safe Enclave that allows it to simply snap in like that. And the beautiful thing is it releases instantly if you want to charge, or if you have to remove it when you get to security, which it's likely that you will have to. You may have to, you may not have to. The other possibility is that you're going onto the plane with your carry-on. This is guaranteed, by the way, to fit the carry-ons of any major airlines. It fits, or it is free, we say. It's guaranteed to fit, but occasionally, as you know, they say, we're going to have to ask you to check that. You're not allowed to put battery, lithium batteries. Yeah, you're not allowed to check these. Like, they have to be taken out. Right, you can get it out in 2 seconds like that. So it's super quick in. You can actually do it with a single hand, right? Just boom like this, in, and boom like that. It's in and out. People ask about security. So security is a couple of things. So one thing is you have this with you the whole time. Okay, it's like the other items. When you go through an airport, you're keeping an eye on your stuff the whole time. You're keeping an eye on this.
You have
right?
to.
You have to. You're keeping an eye on this. We actually spent some time figuring out. We spent a lot of time on this, whether we should develop some kind of additional lock mechanism. And we eventually concluded not, for the following reason. The last thing you want is that when you need to get it out because you're at security or you're getting on the plane, that there's any delay getting it in or out. We thought, should we have a Bluetooth thing? You know that's going to fail at the critical moment, some Bluetooth release mechanism. You know, right? It'll work fine for 3 years, and then the time it's an emergency and you have to take it out quickly. There's going to be a problem with it, not because we wouldn't do it well, but because Bluetooth itself is unreliable and the signal can be often becomes blocked and so on by others, especially when there's other electronics around. So we spent a lot of time. We concluded that you're looking after your stuff when you're traveling anyway. So that's why it's like that. And the reason that the Safe Enclave is only in the e-carry-on is for the reason I just gave. It wouldn't make any sense to put it in the medium and the large suitcases because you'd have to remove it anyway, right? Does that make sense? You have to check medium and large suitcases, and you wouldn't be allowed to check this. So this is it. Right. It's the e-carry-on. It's regularly, I think, a little under $1,100, plus the cover is $49, like a good cell phone case, smartphone case. Plus Extreme is $249. We're doing it all for $997 at launch, and including the 7-day, the gift of the 7-day. And there's these other slides I should put up real quick. We just spoke about the safe Enclave. You know what? Let me switch across and we'll talk about that real quick. Feel free, by the way, to jump in, you guys, if you think I'm missing something out or whatever. Yeah. So we just spoke about the safe Enclave. Let me talk about the items that go into it quickly here. Okay. Here you've got the carry-on itself, the e-carry-on. You've got the safe Enclave. That's the area with the special proprietary lock mechanism. This is all patent pending as well, by the way. Investors should know we take intellectual property pretty seriously. You've got the Extreme power bank, and there's the tough cover as well. And the whole thing just secures in seconds, and you then get to carry Extreme with you. Super convenient when you're traveling. 4 ways to get power in, 11 ways to get power out. It's the ultimate charger for travel. And as I said, the whole mechanism is patent pending. Suitcase comes with a lifetime warranty. Extreme has up to a 6-year warranty. Locks are TSA approved. Oh, and this is a fun detail. Inside we have this thing called the tracker hideaway, the secret hideaway. This is how it works. Inside the suitcase, tucked up behind, there's a little area that's normally wasted space, and we've included this tiny little box, a tiny little compartment. You can see it's got an air tag in there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you guys have an air tag with your luggage.
I don't.
And let me just go back to it here. So, can you see the compartment there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My slide isn't. Yeah, my slide's badly built there, but the compartment, and then when you open it up, you get to keep an air. It can be air tag, it can be a tile, it can be anything of your choice in there. Again, we didn't want to be building some kind of proprietary electronics into the suitcase. We've got Extreme. We have Extreme, but I think that there are some suitcases that try to be kind of like, like they're trying to pack all this technology into the suitcase. I think rather
doing
what
too much.
Is really good for packing your technology. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's better way of thinking about it. A lot of other details. We've got Magfast fingerprint is included there. Let's try doing this on the. See if we can get the what's it called cam up, please. All right. So this is hello. You see me? Okay, so this is what do we call this? The handle cam.
Yeah.
And on here, you should be able to see. Can you see the fingerprint there, which you can scan with your camera? There's also NFC in there, which is near field communication, and it should be that if you hold your phone nice and close to it, it will. There it is. It pops up, and I can now tap on this, and of course it's asking for my security, and it takes you and certifies that it is a genuine Magfast product, and gives you access to lost and found, refer a friend, and to customer care. So that's either by scanning fingerprint with your phone, or just by holding a modern phone nice and close, using the same technology as Apple Pay and Samsung Pay, and those kinds of things as well.
Seymour,
Right.
Keep this on screen real quick because we had a question specifically related to what we're seeing on screen here. So the where we see Jack Marshall, the engraving,
Yes.
Stephen Riggs asks on Facebook if they order the suitcase and later wanted to give it to a family member, would they be able to change the engraving on the suitcase?
So that's a fair question. So the engraving piece here is included in the cost. It actually ships separately, right, for all kinds of reasons that are to do with supply chain and efficiency, and exactly what this question goes to, which is can you change it? So this is going to come as a separate plate that is going to press in with one of those super strong adhesives. All right. So once it's in, it's pretty much in. But yeah, if you want to take it out and put a different name in, you'll be able to do it. It's just going to be a kind of, you're going to want to approach it with some amount of care. But yeah, this is exchangeable, and it ships separately, which is because for the following reason: if you when you sell stuff online, you have to do what's called fulfillment, right? And fulfillment is the business of keeping it in warehouses, and then printing out the labels and making sure that it ships. To find a fulfillment house that would also do this vastly limits the number of fulfillment houses we could use and would put up our costs. Because we're working to have a company that is delightful for our customers but also manages its costs in a responsible fashion, we're going to be shipping these guys out separately, because shipping them separately costs almost nothing. Like, it's a tiny little thing you put in an envelope, so it costs $1, but it gives us much more flexibility with this. So the answer is yes, you will be able to do that. We haven't yet separately priced a kind of a second or alternate one of these, but yes, we will make that possible. Okay.
Super.
Nice.
Hello.
Thank you. Yes. No. That's funny, Michael. I was about to ask that question too. So thank you.
Okay. Do I need to stay on this camera up here? Because
we kind of like it. Just hang there for a minute. Just feel there. Yeah.
Crick in my neck.
Looking great.
But actually, while we got the close up, let's just do this on the close up, because the action is kind of amazing. So this works both vertically and horizontally. That was one of the reasons. That was one of the things. Here, if I come over here. So this was one of the things about that was challenging to engineer, was that you may be wanting to get it out in this position or vertically. So let me show you what the engineering challenge was. The challenge is people are at the airport and they need to take this out quickly when they go through security. Well, if you're not careful, it would release and come flying out, right? Because in this position, it needs a spring to lift it out. The same spring could eject it here. If you watch what happens, you see that it comes out and then stays nicely in position. You can actually tilt it over quite a bit here. You see this, and it holds in position using the Magfast magnet system in the bottom to hold it in position. Is that making sense the way I'm explaining it there? Right. So then it snaps in with a single move like that, and then if we go to the horizontal position, now when I release it, watch. And you'll see that it just, I don't know how well you can see that, rises out really nice and slowly.
Yeah,
so it's a really super mechanism. It obviously comes out a little more quickly in the vertical plane, just because it's not fighting gravity. But we're super proud of this. As I say, it's patent pending. Only Magfast has the safe Enclave. Only Magfast has Heathrow.
It's just gorgeous.
Go back to my regular camera over.
I think that's a great angle.
Regular camera over.
There we go.
Yeah, so lost and found. And then the thing is incredibly strong. The corrugated design we were just looking at there helps to contribute to the strength. It's made of an anodized aluminum magnesium alloy shell that reinforces the underlying strength of the lightweight, heavy duty chassis. It's this incredible aircraft grade aluminum that's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, this fortified chassis. We have these corner pieces. It's actually I think triple layered in the corner there and quad riveted. Philip, this would be a good time to line up the Heathrow video. We'll play that in just a second. Telescopic trolley handle that goes up and down. The handles it's kind of super elegant and crafted. Spinner wheels on the bottom, super strong. Oh, and the handles and the wheels. All right, Mr. Burnett, I'm not sure you were here when we did the original presentation. They're repairable and replaceable. These are the two most vulnerable parts of any suitcase, no matter how well you make it, right? These are the parts that that over time are most likely to get knocked by something else and damaged. So they're both repairable and replaceable, which we think is hello. Which we think is
I was like, hi.
We have a superior interior as well, with a special designer liner. I'm not going to talk about too much about that, but it's a treat for you when it arrives. And inside there's these dual premium kind of storage chambers. Hang on, let me just click on my and just look at this thing. Isn't it gorgeous? Special mesh pockets for airflow. What else have we got here?
Can we talk about the cute design on the inside that Amy created?
Well, I think it's a little bit of an Easter egg. It's a kind of treat for when people arrive. Let's not say too much more about it at the moment, but there's an extra surprise for you waiting inside. And then, of course, there's Magfast Extreme. You can jumpstart your vehicle. A lot of, let's just have it jumpstart there. Vroom. Off it goes. You see the engine. Right? Yeah, you go. How many times did it jumpstart when we did that? We did that test during a previous live stream.
Oh gosh, I think one time it was just short of 100. I think
it was
and
99 one time and 87 the other time or something.
Something like that, yeah.
87 sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of people use it using Extreme like this, kind of in the kitchen, on the counter, maybe with a charging cable going into it, and it just becomes a kind of base station where you can throw your stuff. And I guess
that's what I love about Extreme is that it's got that capability to be like the hearth, like in this modern era of technology when all the kids are on their devices, this the fireplace is no longer the mantle of the home. So you get your kids surrounded by this charging apparatus. At least you might be able to speak with them that day.
Yes,
are you speaking from experience?
I have, yes. I have two 19-year-olds and an 18-year-old. So yes, the answer is yes.
Mike has twin 18-year-olds, and how long before they were born did you know that you were having twins?
About 2 weeks. So we were planning on having a home birth. Did not. We did not have an ultrasound until the midwife was like, it looks like you're gonna be breech. So I don't deliver to first time mothers breech. So we'd like you to go to the hospital and get an ultrasound. And we went in, and the doctor said, I must be crazy. And I was like, that's a really messed up thing to say to a couple new parents. And then he said, there's 2 babies in here. And my jaw and my wife's jaw immediately dropped, and our lives changed forever in that tiny moment.
Yeah. All right. Let's hope he's better at the numbers he's doing for Magfast. All right. So Magfast Extreme. Let's count all the different ways of getting power out. Your first way of getting it out is using the built-in mini cable. By the way, the built-in mini cable is for occasional use. It's not intended to be the thing that you use every day. You have other ways of charging every day. Let's take a look at them. You've got these 2. You take the cable out. You've got number 2. So we're counting up. The yellow numbers are counting all the different ways. So second way is a USB-C outlet on the top. The third way is a USB-A outlet on the top. Okay, there's the cables. All right, what else have we got here? I pulled a bunch of slides in from somewhere else, and they've got funny animations on them here. All right. Here's your 4th, 5th, and 6th ways. There's another C on the bottom and another 2 A's on the bottom. That's a total of 6 ways of getting power out. All right, what else have we got? 7. Oh, of course, the Magfast connection, where Magfast just snaps onto any other Magfast device. There it is, snapped onto Air. 3. How many?
3.
3. Wireless outlets on top. That's 8, 9, and 10. And of course, there's the 12-volt up to 500 amps peak jump starting thing on the bottom. And these are in the field, right, Kate? We hear, I would say most weeks we hear from someone who's saying, "Oh my God, I don't know what I'd have done if I didn't have my Extreme with me." Right? People
yes, I've
genuinely.
Yeah, we've had so many people say that they needed to use Extreme to jumpstart their car, and every time I get one of those stories, I'm like, "Yes, I'm so excited! I love it."
Brilliant. Okay, we are going to let's see how we're doing here. We're coming up on the halfway mark. It's 25 minutes past 7 here on the East Coast. 25 past, I guess, 4. Pacific, 25 minutes past midnight, where Rob is in the UK. So we are going to play a little film now we made to describe Heathrow. We call it our IPV. It's an individual product video. We're going to run the film for you. We're probably going to go get a little refreshment, and we will see you in just 2 or 3 minutes after taking a look at this film. Roll it, please, Philip. Do you sometimes feel powerless when you're away from home? When you travel, even if you're by yourself, you need to power a lot of devices these days. Phones, laptops, tablets, readers, watches. You need electronics just to charge your electronics. Traveling with your tech should feel terrific, but it's been a mess. Until now. Hi, I'm Seymour Segnet, the founder of Magfast, and with thousands of 5-star reviews right across the web, we're changing charging for good. With this gorgeous family of chargers, America's highest rated cable for your smartphone, and now, well, let me explain. A few years ago, I was on a trip struggling with the mess of wires and bricks needed for power during the journey and then also at my destination. And then in one of those, slap the forehead moments, I realized that with loads of power and 11 ways of getting it out, at Magfast, we're already making the perfect powerhouse. We just needed to make all that power easily accessible while you're traveling. And now we have. Introducing the all-new Heathrow aluminum carry-on with Magfast Extreme right on board. A super light, ultra strong, modern classic suitcase design with the world's best charger stowed, staged and ready to rock. You see, Heathrow isn't just an instant design classic, it's forged from an industry-leading anodized aluminum magnesium alloy, so light and so strong, it's both engineered for a lifetime of service and yes, has the Magfast lifetime warranty. So while the world's best charger for travel is safe from bumps and scratches in this patent-pending safe enclave, it releases instantly, beautifully, watch, one-handedly when needed. Look, powerful neodymium magnets mean that you can safely release with Heathrow upright as well as horizontally. And when you're done, Extreme stows securely in seconds with a single, simple snap. And simplicity, strength and security are core to every part of Heathrow. The secure, dual TSA-approved combination locks, a secret internal compartment to secure your AirTag, tile or other tracking device. There's unique Magfast fingerprint security tech on every single case. Simply scan or tap your phone for instant access to customer care, referral rewards, and even our free lost and found service. And strong because on top of the lightweight, heavy-duty chassis and the hard aluminum shell, we cap off each case with these triple-layered, quadruple-riveted, hard corner pieces. And Heathrow is so simple and convenient too. Look, the trolley handle is telescopic and retracts easily with the touch of a button. There's rubber-lined 360-degree hardened ball-bearing spinner wheels for the ultimate traction, shock absorption, and smooth rolling. And whilst the most vulnerable parts of any suitcase are of course the wheels and the handles, with Heathrow they're both really strong and easily repaired or replaced in the unlikely event that you really need this. There's vegan leather tailored onto each handle. Look, I love this smooth, damped movement. And your luggage tag too, plus your own personalized nameplate. Heathrow's interior is superior too. Luxury lining organized with generous pockets, clothing compression straps and separators, mesh for airflow, stowage for smalls, even complimentary laundry and shoe bags to keep your clean and dirty items separate. Every detail attended down to the smallest. And your Magfast Extreme charger is in a class of its own too, utterly uncompromising in every way. Extreme's extended form factor and high-intensity power source allow two extraordinary features that have never before been offered together and in a singular, beautiful product. First, arranged perfectly, symmetrically along its top surface, Magfast Extreme has not one, not two, but incredibly 3 fast Qi wireless charging ports. Second, in addition to offering all that wireless power and a total of 5 USB outlets, the battery inside is so powerful it can even jump-start a rogue rental car over 24 times on a single charge. So Magfast Extreme with loads of power, wireless and wired charging, and even the emergency jump start is the ultimate charger for travel too, and securely stored in the Extreme Enclave is instantly removable for security and charging on the go, no matter how far you roam. You can even snap on this available tough case for even greater protection. And it's all in this beautiful design, guaranteed to fit all airline overhead bins, perfect for trains and car trips too. So Heathrow comes in e-carry-on with the safe Enclave for Extreme, and in classic carry-on, medium, and large without the Enclave, but with the same iconic design, the same lightweight, heavy-duty construction, the same superior interiors, spinner wheels, custom handles, and lifetime warranty. Medium and large even have triple locks for even more security. Check these all out today. Magfast Heathrow shows you've arrived while you're still on your way. Booyah!
I love that video. It's so
Isn't that
good.
great? Isn't that great?
It is.
Rob, have you seen the video before? I know you've had a hectic week, and we've actually only shown that once before during the original launch. Is that your first time seeing it?
Yeah, I have not had the pleasure of watching that full video, so that was awesome.
It's pretty great, and it's one of those things where we had the deadline, and that's the kind of the rough cut, and we still have to do some refinements for it, including that final shot where the plane goes past. Hey, there's so much to like. I think everybody watching this knows this, but I mean, we've taken, if you think of Magfast Lux, it's a cable. It's just that it's a Magfast Lux cable, so it's gold plated and it has fingerprint and it has a lifetime. We've kind of layered all of these great things into our product. So often we forget to mention things. When I was talking about the superior interior of the Suitcase a little bit earlier on, I forgot to mention that we include a laundry bag and a shoe bag as well. So here's the shoe bag. Right, also with the same designer design, and it's just lovely drawstring thing. You keep your shoes in it. It's just one of those kind of nice touches. Most folks would never bother with it. All right, and if watching all of this makes you think that you would like to kind of become a co-owner, a part owner of Magfast, which involves buying equity, that is very, 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 very simple. To do these days. You still need to make a considered judgment about whether it's ever appropriate to be putting your money at risk in that way. But if it is for I think it's 110 and 39 pennies or something like that, for as little as about 110 and change, you can become a part owner of Magfast through the Net Capital platform. But there is a federally imposed, so it says final SEC deadline. The SEC is the Securities and Exchange Commission, right, Rob? They're the guys. They're the people who who watch over the whole of the field of securities in the United States, essentially. Yeah, and under their rules and regulations, this particular investment round that we have at the moment has to close at midnight tomorrow. Okay, so midnight tomorrow, May the 1st. Did I not have put that on the screen? I know. I have to click and build the slide, don't I? Yeah. So if I build it, boom, like that, it will say 9 p.m. Pacific and midnight Eastern. You have to invest before that time. If so much as $1 is invested after midnight tomorrow, Rob and I will be sharing a cell in Rikers Island. Okay, so let's make sure. Let's make sure that we hope you're not sharing with me. Nice.
Oh, I mean, actually, sharing with you, Seymour, wouldn't be all that bad. But let's I prefer like one of those vacations you were talking about with the Heathrow.
But if it has to be Rikers Island, maybe sharing with each other would be better than the alternative. Let's just put it at that. Yeah. All right. So that's a real, as I say, federally imposed deadline tomorrow night. Obviously, Heathrow is going to be for sale for a while. The current Heathrow launch. I keep on pointing to it. Let's move the camera back over there.
Speaking of sharing quickly, Seymour, as you go through that, as you're finding that, just a quick side story is that when Seymour and I went to Hong Kong and Taiwan to oversee some production in the past, we actually had to, as a startup, you save money wherever you can. So we shared a hotel room. And in Hong Kong, the hotel rooms were pretty small, but the beds were even smaller. And what you guys can't tell is that Seymour is actually a very tall man. So we actually had to sleep in the same bed opposites, and he barely fit on the bed. So, the whole Riker Island conversation, it's certainly something that I've experienced with Seymour. And it's
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Right. Yes. And you can catch Michael on his private, I was going to say his MySpace channel, but I think that's That's
Nope.
Might get yourself there a little, Seymour, on that one.
Yeah, nope.
All right. Magfast Heathrow. Boom. All right. There really is nothing else like it out there. It's not for everyone, but if it's for you, we would love to have you. Basically, if you got $100 in your pocket, then there's two ways that you can go with it. It can either be 110. 110 will either allow you to just become a small equity owner. There's a yellow button. If you're with us at live.magfast.com, there should be a yellow button underneath your screen right now. That'll take you to the Net Capital funding platform. Rob Burnett, the CEO, is here. If you have questions for him or for any of us, put them into the chat. And you could become a part owner. Or if that's not appropriate for you, that would also be you can purchase, and there are payment options, I think, where you can pay a little under $100 a month for this package, which we're going to keep open also just for a little bit longer. For those of you who are investing, we have there's so many things to talk about. I think we need to double the length of this broadcast, folks. We're going to go for 6 hours, not just...
Nope.
Veto. You shouldn't have given Kate so much power, because now she has the ability to veto.
Yeah, I know. This promotion's a big mistake. This promotion's a big mistake. We're rescinding it live now, Kate, in front of everybody. You've blotted your copybook in high definition, and we're taking it all away.
I veto that too.
I love it.
So let me just explain about this again. So we're giving $50 of free Magfast products. We're going to give you what do we call it? A gift voucher to put towards Magfast products for every $250 that you invest. Now, it may be that you shouldn't invest any, because investing is only appropriate, depending on your own circumstances and so on. There's various federally imposed limits on it. When you go to Net Capital to invest, it asks you a couple of questions. Which, by the way, we don't ever get to see any of that information, just so you know, Rob. And I think there's all kinds of, like, that information is on kind of lockdown, right? It's under, there's high security around one or two questions about income and that kind of thing. But those are federally required questions, all part of making sure that folks are safe when they, or as safe as is possible when they make these kind of investments on a platform like yours, right? But if an investment of $250 is appropriate for you at this time before midnight tomorrow, then we're doing a $50 voucher, which you can put towards Heathrow, or indeed, thanks to Michael, to any other Magfast products. Because originally we were thinking of just doing it for Heathrow, and he's like, no, if people want the cables, they want the chargers, they should be able to get whatever they want. And we agree.
We do agree. And one thing you mentioned, details, that, there's so many details to a lot of these products. And for me, I always think about, because I use Lux in every room, my house, my car, everywhere. And I've come to notice that when I go to grab a cable, if I don't feel a silky, even if I'm not looking, if I don't feel that silky smooth, I'm like, ugh. Like, I've become a cable, like snob now after using Lux for so long.
That's so true, though. It's a real thing. You become very bougie after you get your Lux cable.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean one doesn't want to be handling a substandard cable, but they really do. Rob isn't allowed to say how great the cables are without saying also how great the quality of the tunnels are from the tunneling company that is also raising money on his platform, and the music licensing is from the music licensing company. I think, is that right? Anyway, there's a bunch of others.
Quite a few companies raising money with us, doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
All kinds of equally crazy stuff, but it's all equally crazy and equally genius, right?
The exact same amount of said.
Yeah, it's up to you guys to decide what you like or don't like. Place it out for all of you to check it out.
Have you considered politics as a potential alternative career at all? Or?
Maybe. No, almost certainly not. But I've gotten pretty good at I know what my job is. Just keep things nice and simple.
If you have just joined us, welcome. This is the team from Magfast and from Net Capital. On the left of your screen right now is Rob Burnett, who is the newly appointed CEO of Net Capital, the funding portal that allows small and medium-sized companies to offer equities to their customers. We've been round several times with the folks at Net Capital. He isn't allowed to recommend us to you by law, but no such law stops us from recommending him or him and his team at Net Capital to you. We just we cannot say enough good things about them. That you've treated us with enthusiasm and respect right from the beginning. Our experience with your competitors has always been that they have been somewhat kind of aloof, and we've just felt like, fill in the form and the computer will get back to you. Whereas you guys have just been phenomenal. So if you have a small company, you're thinking of raising capital, please put Net Capital at the top of your list. I am not being compensated for saying that. In fact, we're being charged.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Being charged to say
the way
that.
it works. Also, in the upper right of your screen is Michael John Mataluni, who's our director of digital marketing. To him, with help from me, falls. Is it the most important job? It's certainly one of the most important jobs at Magfast, which is to get the marketing right. Which means, when you boil it down, that when we spend $1 on marketing, we bring quite a few other dollars in. This has become quite hard over the last few years. We think that Heathrow gives us an extraordinary new opportunity to take that to the next level. We'll talk about that in the course of the next hour and a quarter, something like that. We're going to stream until 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. That's until 6 p.m. Pacific. We would go longer, but it's the new episode of Succession.
9 o'clock. I'm out of here at 9.
Yeah, 9. I was going to say. Yeah, no, it's kind of, yeah. I might be mid-sentence. Your screen will just go dark. Yeah. And of course, Catherine Kennard is in the. Let's make Catherine a bit bigger. She's a bit diminutive up there.
Hello.
So Kate, who is also newly promoted. We got to get a title that befits your new position. But Kate has been kind of cornerstone of customer care for a long time. The more able and talented of our live hosts, and in fact, is this the first outing from the new studio today? I think it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I moved and now I have more room for a studio, so it's very exciting. But yeah, it's working out really well.
Very good. Well, the picture looks strong from here. I think it's time we said thank you. Kate, do you have a couple of questions there? People are talking. Anything you want to say? I just wanted to.
I do have questions. So Amel asks, are the gift vouchers being sent electronically for immediate spending? So how are we getting them after, if they've invested, $250? So how are we giving them their $50 gift voucher?
Well, you're in charge of that. Kate, how are people going to be getting their $50 gift voucher?
It'll be in your Magfast account. So we will, after the round closes and we get everyone's information and everything, and we know who gets the vouchers, we will send you information on how to use it and where to find it and all the things. So we'll give you more information about that.
Yeah, and we're going to hold over just to be clear, even though the equities investment opportunity by law finishes at midnight Eastern tomorrow night. We've been saying the end of the month, but it turns out, let me get this right, Rob, because the SEC website isn't open on weekends, which is when they wanted it all to finish. Yep. They're allowing an extra day. Crazy. They're allowing an extra day tomorrow. So you can invest up until midnight tomorrow. So this is our closing ceremonies one day early, but that happens at the Olympics, doesn't it? They do the closing ceremonies, and then there's 1 or 2 events after it, right? We're fine.
Sure.
We're fine.
Sure.
Sounds right.
But for everybody who invests now, we are going to hold open the Heathrow launch special bundle offers. We're going to hold those open so that when you get your 50 or 100 or 150 or 200, however many your gift vouchers are going to be, so you can then turn those around. Because that was the question, wasn't it? Was, can you then turn those around, spend them immediately? Yes, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. I just want to say
one
thank
of
you.
the sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying one of the other questions was, how long do I have to pre-order Heathrow? So for people who aren't investing and are wanting to pre-order Heathrow, when are they able to do that? How long do they have?
We will keep that also open until midnight tomorrow night. All right, from time to time. Obviously, we're launching a new product. We will have promotions from time to time. But these specific offers, we also were guaranteeing until midnight tomorrow night. So if you know you want to do it, now's the time. I can probably see this. We're not going to have a better offer than the one we have over right now, because the value on it is absolutely insane. So I just want to say hello and welcome to some of our new investors. Sandy and Marie or Mari, Rhonda and Laurie and Vicky and Crystal. These are all folks who come in, I think, since we read out some names a little bit earlier on. I think these are all, Rob is nodding. These
Thank you.
All these folks. Thank you so much to Vicky.
Yes, these are all new.
And Dina. There's a lot of ladies here, Rob. I think we never get this when I'm on the screen, but I think having you here is shifting the profile of our average investor.
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
So first of all, Dina, Victoria, David, James, Dina, and Laurie. Anybody whose name I'm mispronouncing, I apologize. That's the thought that counts. And Laurie, and Terence, and Mark, and Anita, and Malay, and Christopher, and Jeffrey, and Laura. I mean, it just goes. It's insane. Thank you so much to all of you. Meanwhile, if I go over to Shopify, which is our e-commerce, we're on the investors. We've mentioned this before. We're now on the Shopify Plus platform. That's the version of Shopify. Shopify do smaller versions for smaller businesses. We're on the same one that the big stores, that the big companies use, Shopify Plus, which is going to allow us to do a lot of stuff with international starting soon. But we have a whole bunch of new Heathrow pre-order customers. Chris is in here, just looking down. Rita, welcome, Rita. Weston, welcome to you as well, and to Ross, and to Lee, and to Paul, and to Paul, and to Dave, and to Roger. And I'm just reading off the screen, so if I miss you out, I apologize. Thank you so much to everybody for choosing to become a part of this.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, Heathrow is obviously a much physically bigger deal than Lux. Our intention is that folks are as delighted with Heathrow as they are with Lux, and folks are really, really, really delighted with Lux. What else you got? By the way, can I say, it really helps having your computer, the corner of the computer showing so people can see you looking. It really looks like work, not, hanging out on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah. Playing tic-tac-toe or something. Yeah. So speaking of Heathrow, Mary Lee asks, can you speak more in detail about the warranty on the e-suitcase?
Sure. So let me switch my camera over so we can talk to the suitcase itself. Well, actually, by this stage, getting a little cuckoo. Maybe I should be talking to you, Mr. Suitcase. Is it this view here? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello, Heathrow. Right. So the e-suitcase. We're going to talk about the warranty. Okay. I'm taking Extreme out for a second because Extreme has its own separate warranty. The suitcase itself, lifetime warranty. You have to say limited lifetime warranty because obviously there are some terms and conditions around it. Okay. But the core principle of Magfast warranty is if we screwed up, we'll pay for it. If you screw up, we're going to help you out in a way that is right. So in other words, if you take it, if when it arrives and you take it out of the box, the wheel falls off, that would be on us. It isn't going to happen, but you get my point. In other words, that would obviously be on us. If you take it out for your first trip and you drop the thing, or the airline breaks it or whatever, we're going to have a replacement at extremely low cost. If the whole thing, for any reason, I don't know, how would you need to replace the whole thing? I mean, if an airline would just completely smash the thing up,
drop it out of the sky.
Well, if the airline smashes it all up, they can pay full freight to replace it for you. But I don't know, if you have a teenager who throws it off a roof or something, in a way, you're for what we have is these very low cost replacement programs that basically We don't make anything out of it, but we help you out by getting it at somewhere close to cost. And lifetime warranty means what it says. I mean, it's for the lifetime of you or the product, whichever is longer. Yeah. I have a feeling this suitcase will be around longer. Will be around longer than me. Just feel it in my bones, because the things are really well made. Extreme has a battery inside of it. It's a super premium battery and so on. The regular warranty on our battery chargers is 3 years. That alone is way more than the industry, and we offer an extension up to 6 years as well. So the warranty on the electronic part of it is different. Lifetime on here, and lifetime on these cables as well, because they don't contain a battery, so it's a much simpler business. Is that enough detail answering that question, do you think?
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you. Sorry, there's so many questions coming in.
Let's answer a bunch.
Yeah, I don't know if you talked about this. I mean, it might be self-explanatory, but Frank asks, why did you call it Heathrow?
You know what? That's a great question. We always like to have. It's a feeling is really the answer, Frank. You know, like when we're working, we can't afford. You know, you can hire naming companies, right? And they'll charge you $100,000 to name your product. I mean, it's truly extraordinary. And they'll go. My brother, his name is Nathaniel Segnet. Okay, Nat Segnet. If you look him up on Amazon, you'll find he's a published author. He's had a couple of books out, including his new nonfiction piece called Retreat, which is amazing. He spent a couple of years traveling the world researching something that's been going on for as long as mankind has existed, which is the notion of kind of going into a retreat, maybe a monastery, maybe some sort of self-contemplation kind of center in the Catskills or something, and just learning about why it is and what people get out of, getting away from the world and spending time with themselves. And he's just a brilliant and funny writer. He's terrific with language. People often are kind enough to say that I speak reasonably good, but my brother makes me sound like a kind of 3-year-old child in terms of his command of the English language. And he speaks really beautifully, and he's often worked as a consultant for these naming companies because he understands the origins of language and the origins and meanings of words and word parts, to help name. But that's out of our price league, and he's my brother, so I can never get him, like we love each other, but I can never get more than 5 minutes of his help on anything to do with work because he's so busy. Anyway, coming back to the name. So with our names, what we do is we think of names that we like, and then we check out whether they are, whether they're available from a kind of trademark perspective and so on. And so we thought of Heathrow. Many folks watching will know that it's the name of the town and the airport that's the main airport for London, out to the west of London. But it also kind of sounds like, if you had your own country retreat and a butler who looked after you. So yes, Heathrow, we'll take afternoon tea in the Eastern withdrawing room today, please, Heathrow. Yeah. So we think it sounds kind of premium and upmarket, and Magfast Heathrow. Magfast Heathrow, the carry-on. Yeah.
That's funny. That was much more interesting than I thought it would be.
Kate, talking of origins of names, can you explain, please, the names of the different sizes of Heathrow? I will get some pictures up on the screen, but maybe you can take people through the different sizes. And do I actually have them? Do I have the?
Well, there's there's the carry-on that you can see there. And we also have another carry-on that doesn't have the extreme. You can see that there. It's the same size and everything. It just doesn't have the Enclave. And then we have the medium, And we have the large, which I want the large. I pack way too much when I travel, and maybe that is enabling me, but I want that one.
Yes. Okay. So Mike, make a note. We're not shipping a large one to Kate because we would just be enabling her. We cannot enable her a minute longer.
She may veto that.
Let me just talk you through the regular pricing here. So carry-on, regular carry-on, $9.99. That compares with $1,400 or something from our competitors, who many of whom use the same factory, by the way. So we're looking to, to be one of these companies that's doing super premium, but at a more affordable price. So this is the regular pricing: $9.99 for carry-on, $10.99 for e-carry-on, with $2.49 for extreme there, and $49 for the tough cover. It's like like a good cover or case for your phone. The medium $11.99, large $12.99. But during our launch period, we're doing $99 for each of them, which is kind of nuts. And during these special offers, we're doing a whole bunch of things to make this affordable. We're doing extreme for free, and also doing the cover for free. And if you go to magfast.com/ as I say, get Heathrow.
Yes.
Or click on the pre-order button. If you're with us at live.magfast.com, there's a button underneath us right now that says pre-order. So this is, we can take you through the pre-order choices in just a moment. All of the pre-orders that we're doing at the moment, the pre-order packages, all of them include a 7-night resort getaway included with all of the Heathrow launch offers. It's insane. 7 nights. We'll play the film for you in a minute of one of them. But let's just talk through the offers really quickly. I apologize, these slides have got quite a lot on them. But basically, the first offer, number one, is what I just showed you. It's the e-carry-on, right? Kate, what else is in there? There's extreme and the tough cover, yes?
Yes. Sorry, I'm reading comments.
Okay, you read yourself. I'll take folks through it. Unless you want to jump in, Mikey. Mikey, why don't you help me out here?
Absolutely. This is an amazing offer. First of all, I cannot wait to get my hands on the e-carry-on, but it's really simple. So the retail value of this is $1,397. We're offering it today for $997. That includes the e-carry-on. It includes a Magfast Extreme and a tough cover, and the 7 nights for 4 at a luxury resort. You can also, as you're checking out for this, we are offering monthly payment financing using Shopify. So you can actually get this today and only invest $97 per month. And if you want to get equities today, which is really exciting, if you invest $5,000 today, this will cover the cost of this offer.
All right, and just to explain what that is, for every $250 invested until midnight tomorrow,
$50 gift voucher for every $250 invested. So when you invest $5K, that'll add up to cover the cost of this launch offer.
Yeah. There's a couple more offers. So remember I showed you the slide just now showing that each of the suitcases is $997. So if you add $997 to this and get medium, we will give you large for free. That's essentially what just happened, moving backwards and forwards. If anyone's aware that their computer is pinging and they can stop it, that would be cool. Does anyone know who that is?
I don't know.
Isn't it me?
I can check mine.
Anyone owning up?
I think it was me.
It's not mine that I'm aware of.
Michael has a house full of rogue teenagers. It's probably one of them. All right. But anyway, so launch offer number 2. If you add medium at $997, we're going to give you large as well. This is bonkers, but this is to do with getting the thing off like a rocket ship, which has been extremely. Investors should know it's been extremely successful at doing this. It also has the best margins of anything that we've done before. Right. So this is $1,994. Mikey, take us through the investment and the monthlies on that, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So if this actually retails at $3,895 today, as Seymour said, by adding another $997 to the first offer, you're actually getting the large suitcase for free. So today, if you'd like to get offer number 2, it's $1,994, And then again, we offer some fantastic financing, so you can get it at $197 a month at the checkout. And if you purchase equities of $10,000 or more, you'll also, based on our $50 gift voucher for every $250 spent in equities, you'll be eligible to get this entire offer when you make that investment today. So it's a great opportunity to not only be a part owner of Magfast to purchase equities, but you'll also be able to get this launch offer as well, which is just amazing.
Right. And as always, you have to have good risk tolerance. A number like $10,000 is, only appropriate for some. But if that's your flavor, you'll have to do that. I'm just going to quickly show the offer number 3. A very surprising number of people have taken. Basically, to offer number 2, we've added offer number 1 again here, right? We've added offer number 1. Right, so here's offer number 2, because you can't see my pointer pointing, can you? But on the right-hand side is offer number 2. On the left is offer number 1. And if you do both of them together, you get offer number 3, because 1 + 2 = 3. And we're going to throw in an additional suitcase, which is the regular carry-on. That's without the safe Enclave. And the numbers go up similarly at the bottom. But payment plans on pre-order from about $297, something like that. It varies from individual to individual, from state to state, and various other things. But that roughly that kind of amount of money, or a $15,000 investment will be giving you gift vouchers that will be sufficient to cover this. And I'm just going to quickly mention also we've got this thing, the Heathrow Premium Travel Essentials Kit. There's a whole bunch of things you want when you're traveling. It's a kind of $350 value if the items were sold separately. We regularly are going to have it on the site for $297. Okay, so you buy a bunch of things, you get a little break on it. But during the launch, we're doing it for $197, and these things are nice. And if you add them to your cart, I think it's, what is that per month? $19, something like that. But split it up into payments of $19. And it consists of a bunch of things. Let's just go through them super quick. Fantastic neck pillow, like a super premium, like really luxury, comfortable one. Up in the upper right-hand corner, there's the a suitcase scale. That thing's great. So you're not overweight, or you know how overweight you are.
Your suitcase overweight, not you.
Yes. Thank you, Kate. Yes, it would be a little. I think the thing weighs up to, is it 50 pounds or something like that. Yeah. So you could weigh your small animal. Provided that yes. All right. So neck pillow, and there's a Bluetooth thing. So that when you're on the plane, you can plug in and use your own Bluetooth headphones and take the audio from the plane. We're throwing in a Lux cable and a small, we're calling it the Lux Flex charger in there as well. Packing cubes, a luxury eye mask, whole bunch of things. And that is because so many people are taking that. It's like 4 out of 5 people take it. I think maybe even more than that. During checkout, that's actually pre-selected. We pre-selected the options that most people want, but you can then click plus and minus and build up whatever it is that you want. Kate, any questions coming in? Rob, anything burning? Michael, what's on your mind?
I do have questions.
All right, let's go to Kate then, please. Philip?
Maybe Rob could just give us more information about this, but someone wrote in and said, I need help with investing. We can't help you with that, but Net Capital can. Rob, do you want to talk about that?
Do we know is there any more detail, like what help?
No, she just said I need help with investing. I'm assuming the process, maybe she wants to make sure she's doing everything correctly. I'm not positive.
It's a pretty simple flow, isn't it, Rob? But maybe just mention the different methods that are available for payment and so on. Just give us a couple of minutes on the process, please.
Yeah, of course. And please know that my team's available, not quite 24/7, but we're pretty darn responsive. So if anyone ever needs help with their investment, they can either email team@netcapital.com or help@netcapital.com. Or we have a phone number now at the bottom of our webpage. So if you go to netcapital.com and you scroll all the way down to the bottom in the footer, you can find a phone number for us there. Give us a call. If we don't pick up, we'll call you back. Obviously, we've got not much time left on this offering, so definitely make sure you shoot us an email now, and my team will be kind of with you first thing in the morning. But
Rob, just
yeah.
because sorry to interrupt, but because the deadline is approaching, I just want to check the SEC thing. If an investment is initiated before midnight tomorrow night,
yep,
then they're good, right? So if you've been trying to invest and for one reason or other it doesn't work, the deadline for initiating is midnight tomorrow night. Is that right? And provided someone has initiated, then you will be able to complete with them in the following couple of days. Is that the rule? If not, then correct me.
Yes, and I'll go into detail there. So when you go to netcapital.com and you go to the Magfast page, there's an invest button there. What we need you to do to kind of initiate, right, to get your commitment in, to reserve your spot, you need to finish that flow. And so that checkout flow is going to be very similar to what you would experience in a normal e-commerce site, with a couple of exceptions. So we're going to ask for your name and address and things like that, all very standard. There's a couple things we're going to be asking for because this is a purchase of investment instruments, securities, things like your income and net worth. Those are self-reported. I think as Seymour mentioned earlier, these are things that we just keep internally that we have to record. They're not getting sent to the SEC or anything like that. We just need to make sure you're within your investment limits. And we'll ask for a personal identification number like a social security number. That's so we can verify who you are and make sure that the transaction operates kind of correctly and efficiently. So you're going to be asked those kind of questions as you check out. And then the final piece is there's 3 ways to pay for your investment. One would be a normal kind of credit or debit card. Take that. That's nice and easy. Be aware that there is a small fee that goes along with that. It's the credit card fee. Those credit card companies will get you. But we also allow you.
But just because it is only that, right? That's not for us or for you.
It's
just
going directly to the credit card processor in order for them to do it. We don't take any of it. None of it goes to Magfast. You can also connect your bank account directly and do what's called an ACH transfer. We use Dwolla and Plaid for that. Those are industry standard financial technology platforms that allow you to connect directly with your bank. If you ever used Venmo or things like that, you use the same systems. That will allow you to sign in directly to your bank and send us the funds. The funds will arrive in 3 to 5 days, but as long as you finished and made the commitment, you're in before the end of tomorrow. And then the final option is you can send us a wire. Some people who invest larger amounts in particular like to send wire payments. It can be a little bit easier. That's a little bit more of a manual process. You'll select wire as your payment option, then you'll finish our investment process, at which point you'll receive an email and you'll go to your bank or financial institution and initiate the wire manually. My team will follow up and all those things. But yeah, those are your 3 options, and that should cover most of what it takes to actually make the investment.
Small detail, Rob. If someone, most people don't do a wire, but if someone does, there's obviously their bank will presumably charge them for the wire.
Yes.
With large amounts of money, it's a tiny fraction of it. Do they also charge? Does your bank also charge when it arrives?
No, our bank doesn't charge when it arrives, but you're right that most banks charge a fee. Sometimes it's usually around $25 to send a wire. Please make sure you account for that when you put if you're investing $100 in Magfast, you want to put $100 plus whatever the fees are. There's a way for us to get around it if you kind of come in short, but always make sure you kind of account for any fees or other things. If your sending institution, your bank is charging you on the way out.
Yeah, and please, only if it's right for you, but round up rather than round down. With the $50 gift voucher thing that we're doing. It's for an investment of $250 or more, and if you actually type 250 or 2,500 or whatever into Net Capital, the exact amount of the equities it'll say, do you want to do a little bit more than that, or do you want to do a little bit less than that? And if you go less, we'll be thrilled. We'll have your investment. And for every complete block of 250, we'll give you the $50. But you don't want to come in $5 shy of the amount, because that would just be silly. Yeah.
The first question we'll ask is how much you'd like to invest. Once you type it in, we'll let you round up or down to the nearest whole share or security. Yeah, number of equities, exactly. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, folks are
Thank
just.
you, Rob.
It's yeah, thank you. It's just
No problem.
astonishing to be refreshing this. So hello, Susan, and Michael, and Cheryl. I mean, at least the names just go on. It's kind of like this, folks investing. So thank you so much. It's very heartening. I have to say, we were not expecting this. We put Heathrow out. We've been blown away. We're at about $1.25 million in sales of Heathrow so far. That's after I was thinking, because when we look at the sales analysis of it, it actually shows what the full price value is if we weren't doing the launch discounts. That's up at 2 million or something, but we're doing these special deals. So it's $1.25 million in actual kind of cash sales, cash into the company, and as I say, the margins on Heathrow are as a percentage they're better, they're bigger, and then of course as dollars. I mean we sell. I think I mentioned this earlier on in this broadcast, but the average Heathrow order is a little bit under $2,000, so that's the equivalent of quite a lot of chargers and an awful lot of Lux cables. I'm just going to cover quickly something that we spoke to earlier in the broadcast, but we're here for 3 hours and folks are kind of coming and going all the time. Welcome if you've just joined us, by the way, for the final hour. I think we sent out an email just on the hour, so if you just clicked on that email and you're with us, welcome. My name's Seymour Segnet, founder, CEO, and kind of lead inventor, I would say, of our products here. On the left of your screen is Rob Burnett, the CEO of Net Capital, which is the investment portal through which we are offering equities at the moment, securities in our company. If that's something that you would like to do, anything from about $110 upwards, you can be a part owner of Magfast. But there's no hard sell. It's only if it feels right to you. If you think it would be fun, and you need to understand that any investment in small companies like us is of course at risk. Also on screen, upper right hand corner, Kate Kennard, who is my co-host of our regular live broadcast. Hey, Katie. And she's moved over to the left of your screen, which is a good spot. And then middle at the top is Michael Mataluni, who is and there he is on the left now. Every time I describe him. Yeah. Okay, and I'll just shift everybody around like it's musical chairs. Go, go, go. There we go. There he is. That's it. Perfect.
Thank you, Philip.
Right. And yes, and Philip, why don't you can you put yourself on screen, Philip? It's the middle of the night where he's operating.
He will
from.
not want to do that.
Say hello. Just do it for like 2 seconds, just so like people know you're there. Just go
on off
like that.
No, he said no way. That's
anyway,
okay, Philip.
Michael Mataluni is in the middle, and I do want to just, for folks who are thinking of investing at the moment, I want to just talk about how important Heathrow is to us. So for the longest time, we've been talking about the various charging products. I came down in a bit of a hurry and didn't really get everything lined up properly here, as I so often do. But here we go. Here's Life. Everybody knows Magfast Life. This is the kind of the original charger, perfect for your pocket or purse. Then we've got Magfast Air, all right, which is shipping in volume now, and Life, just using the Magfast connection, just snaps beautifully on the back there. And then, of course, there are a couple of others as well. But then, of course, there is Magfast Extreme. And the original conceit of Magfast was this idea that everything just snaps together and the charge flows effortless from one charger to another. It snaps onto Magfast wall. I don't have the prototype of that down here at the moment. But then they all snap together in these different ways. Now, developing these chargers has, if you've been with us for a while, has been extremely challenging. But Life and Extreme and Air are now shipping. We've got mass manufacturing working. Catching up with the backlog is taking a while. We're doing our best to look after everybody while we're waiting. We're asking for patience and looking after folks who are unable to be patient. But for quite a long time, we just had these premium chargers in the middle of the offering and nothing else. Then last year, we introduced Magfast Lux, which is now America's highest rated smartphone cable. It's got beautiful gold plating on the top here. I'll tell you the big secret of Lux. If I can just quickly, the reason I'm hesitating here is I'm trying to find my slides because I want to put something up on the screen and see if I can show this to you, because I want wanted to try and explain what the actual secret is of Lux. Philip, if you can put that up on the screen. So if you read the comments on Trustpilot, on Google, on Amazon, you'll see people saying how it's a super fast charge. You'll see how people saying how durable it is. You'll see people saying how soft it is. They'll say what great value it is. A lot of people even say that it's the perfect length, which I think is hilarious because there are other people selling cables at the kind of 2 meter 6 foot length. But no one mentioned something that I think is the kind of the core ingredient because it's so subtle that like people don't notice how much it's kind of like if you see a beautiful car, you don't understand that it's the exact shape of the curve of the hood or whatever that is making it feel so good. And I want to just draw your attention on the left hand side of the screen there to the line, which is the join between the metal, where you can see the gold, the gold flash gold plating reflecting there. The line that is the join between the metal and the what's called the overmold, okay, which is the thing with the M on it. It's a very gentle curve. We don't know of anybody else who does a curve like that. Certainly, the shape of it is design patent pending. But that curve is the reason the thing looks so damn beautiful when you hold it in your hand.
Mhm.
And that was kind of where we started. Then we said, "Look, this is so beautiful. How do we evolve the product from there?" And then we chose the perfect length. We chose the gold flash gold plating. We decided to give it a lifetime warranty. Decided to give a free lost and found service. We added the beautiful packaging. We added all of those things on to Lux. And as I said, it is now America's highest rated smartphone cable. So just come back to me and wave my hands around for a second here, Philip. So what we've now got is at the entry level of our product range, okay, we've got these cables that are suitable for just about everybody. Almost everybody can afford a $37 cable. All right. If you can afford a smartphone, you can afford a $37 cable. Then we've got the chargers that we've been working on for years in the middle, and now we've got Heathrow. Of course, Heathrow is actually over there, isn't it? So you've got the cables, you've got the chargers, and you've got Heathrow, and together this provides a range of price points. So someone who comes along, if you find that you're here and you love what we're doing, if budgets are tight and so on, but you'd like to be involved, we could sell you America's highest rated smartphone cable for $37. And if you are like almost everybody else, you will find it to be exceptionally good value, extremely durable, just fantastic. Like owning like a beautiful, we want this for all of our products, like owning a beautiful knife or something if you're a chef. That's just, like any of the knives will cut, but this one just feels so great in your hand. So just about anybody who hears about us can maybe afford and invest at that point. Then the charges for folks who want to make a bit more of an investment, and the new. And if you're watching now, we'd love for you to review this for us once we've made it. But over the next couple of weeks, Kate and Michael and I are going to be making a new show. We've decided to call it Power Trip, Rob. Okay, Power Trip is the name of the new show, Power Trip. And Power Trip is going to be a show that basically in a more structured way than today takes new people who've never heard of us before, takes folks through all of the offering. And the idea from a marketing, the reason that investors might be interested in this is that we're going to have a single show in which people who fall in love with us, they can spend $37 if they want to, but they could spend $3,000 also if they want to on buying a whole bunch of Heathrow suitcases. And I mentioned earlier on, one of the ways of thinking about it is when Richard Branson was first starting the Virgin airline, he had a sort of simple way for the investment community to understand what they were doing. He said, "Look, we've got the airplane economy. Because the more accessible tickets, they pay to get the plane up in the air, pay all of the costs, the lease on the aircraft, and I don't know, the jet fuel and the fees for landing at the airports and so on, and then you make money out of the more premium offerings, which of course are the business and first class. And we think that that's the way the new show is going to work. Michael will run the ads. We'll be able to get people there at the same sort of price that we do today. Lots of people will buy Lux as they do today, but then just a handful of people will go on to buy the more expensive products. And we believe that that's going to be the right balance. But it wasn't possible until now. We didn't have Lux until very recently. You know, it was only, I mean, where are we now? It was just coming into May, right? May starts tomorrow. I mean, it was only September, was it October, I think? Yeah, October that Lux started to ship. So we're just a tiny number of months in. Now we have all of the evidence, all of the documentary evidence that it is a simply exceptional product. And so that lays a kind of a credibility foundation for everything else that we're doing. So that's. Did I miss anything out there, Michael?
No, I just think that's so important, that the ability that we have now with Lux to introduce new customers to the world of Magfast, getting one of these in their hands is such a critical part of developing a robust customer base that's going to help us be successful as a company. And then, as Seymour said, the margins on Heathrow allow us to, that's where we begin to start really to take off the plane. So that's a really great metaphor, Seymour.
Yeah. By the way, the pre-order button underneath us here goes to what we call an offer selector, which is basically a way that allows you to choose which offers you want. There are essentially, there's the 3 Heathrow launch offers in there at the moment, which we've been through a couple of times. So different packages based around Heathrow. There's also, independently of that, there's the Heathrow Premium Travel Essentials Kit, which you can choose to pre-order or not, independently of the Suitcase offers. But we've also thrown in some Lux offers in there. I forget exactly what they are. Does anybody know what it is? I think it might be really good, actually. I think it might be the thing we did back at.
It is. It's buy 2 get 1 free.
Yes, it's two. So it's two get 1 free. Well, that takes you down to whatever 2/3 of 37 is, which is $25 a cable or something. So now would be a good time. We've actually got new stocks just coming in at the moment. We were out of stock for a while because people are so crazy for Lux. But yeah, if you want to do, it's the equal to the best offer we've ever done on the pre-order button underneath us right now. If you just want to pick up some Lux, if investment isn't right for you, if pre-ordering Heathrow isn't right for you, but you'd like to pick up some extra Lux, click on pre-order now, go through, and we'll have those to you in a few days. In fact, what's the because I know we literally went down to the very end of the stocks, but they're just coming back in now, Michael. So let's have
That's
complete.
right. So
what's the back in stock date?
Yeah, so the back in stock date is it's the second week of May. So they'll likely be in stock between the 12th or the 9th and the 15th.
All right, so you get a rocking.
They're already on the way.
Yeah. So you get a rocking deal. You just have to be patient for kind of a 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. All right. I'm kind of feeling like I'm on screen too much of the time at the moment. Can we put someone else on, please, Philip? It's just coming up on 25 minutes past. I'll come in here. 25 minutes past 8 o'clock here on the East Coast. 25 past 5, I guess, therefore on the West Coast. And in the United Kingdom, from which Rob Burnett, the CEO of Net Capital, joins us. It is 25 past 1. Rob.
Yep.
I wonder if we should give Rob any final words and let him skedaddle.
Do you think we should let it?
I think it'd be the kind thing to do.
Oh, did Seymour freeze here?
Oh, Seymour did freeze. Oh dear. Oh, he's back.
Did I freeze for a second there?
Yeah,
you froze for a second there.
I see. Rob, are you feeling the need to retire, or are you gonna?
I'm still doing pretty good. I very much appreciate being, if I get let go early, but happy to carry on. 20, 25, 35 more minutes.
Well, we love having you here, and the questions keep coming, and we're kind of like, I feel like we're so close to the finishing line now. Maybe we should just push on through. If you've just joined us, we are almost 2.5 hours into a 3-hour Closing Ceremonies live stream. I'm Seymour Segal, founder of Magfast. On the lower right-hand part of your screen is Kate Kennard, my co-host of our live events, and the cornerstone of many parts of our operation. Sorry to speak over you there, Kate.
That's okay. I was just saying hi.
And center of your screen top is Michael Mataluni, is our director of digital marketing. And in the UK, where it is 1:30 a.m., Rob Burnett of Net Capital. Net Capital is the platform on which, since November, actually, it's been possible to purchase securities, equities in Magfast. From time to time, however, we have special. What do we call them? Special perks, special additional benefits for investing. They're available to all, but part of the SEC's rules is that it has to be a level playing field for everyone. So there's no special treatment of people on some special list or whatever. But you will tend to hear about it first if you're on our mailing list. But we publicize it at Net Capital as well. So right now, every investment of $250 or more gets a $50 voucher that you could then use to spend on any of our products. So $500 would get you $250, so $100. And a lot of people are taking advantage of that. We've said hello and thank you to some of them while we've been live. We'll call out one or two names again before we close. But thank you to everybody who's investing, everybody who's pre-ordering. Heathrow, we mentioned for investors, we're about 1.25 million into these. Even the Premium Travel Essentials kit is way up there. I think it's about 4 out of 5 people are getting the Travel Essentials kit.
Wow.
The role of that in the whole thing is marketing 101, right? Do you want fries? Do you want fries with that, right? You go to the McDonald's or whatever. Do you want fries with it? They're not being nice to you, right? They're trained to make more profits for McDonald's by doing that. And candidly, that's what the Premium Travel Essentials kit is. It's fries with your meal. It's got good margins on it. It's fantastic products. Like all of them are. I'm sitting here being sent samples of. No, that's not good enough. That's not something that could ever be a Magfast product. So we're whittling it down to super premium products. But its role in the business is to increase the average order value, and the average order value at this time for Heathrow is just a hair under $2,000. I think it was 1994 or something. Just a hair under $2,000, which is amazing given that you can go onto Amazon and buy a suitcase for $40. The fact that we're able to get an average order value around 2,000 is really something.
A suitcase.
Okay, Kate, there's a note up on my screen that says you've got some more questions coming in. Why don't we address those?
I do. So this this is from Barry, who is an investor. Thank you, Barry. He says, I invested 1,000 yesterday, then decided to ante up and added another 4,000. I'm hoping this qualifies me for the $5,000 commitment. Of course,
it absolutely does. I mean, because the 1,000 is so let's do the math on it. So the 1,000 for him is 4 times 250, right? That's 1,000. 4 times 250. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 $50. So he's got $200 for that, and then same up on the 4,000. We will send you. All
the vouchers.
We'll probably send it to you as a block of 1,000, so you can do offer. Well, you can do any of the offers, but it sounds like maybe he wants to do offer number 1, which is 997. Thank you so much, Barry, and everybody who's jumping in to do this.
Well, and just a quick reminder for folks who are asking about the vouchers again. We addressed this earlier, but I just want to address it again. That we have a closing procedure. Maybe you could talk about it just quickly about our closing procedure, when that would likely complete, and then we'll talk about when people should expect their gift vouchers.
Yeah, I can jump in here with that. So things will wrap up end of day tomorrow. Typically, most people are done within and wrapped up, and their investment commitment is completed within the first couple of days. But often we have to get everybody complete to send the final ledger over to Magfast. So I would expect that that'll happen, at the earliest, kind of late next week, more likely mid the week after, or the week after that, kind of 2-ish weeks to get everything squared away.
Super. Yeah. And then we'll get and then Kate, maybe you could speak to how people will receive that, where they should be looking for those vouchers.
So we'll send out communication for once we have everyone's information who's getting the vouchers. We will send out communication either in the email it'll say here's your voucher, or we'll say log into your account, you can view it here. But we'll give you more information about that, how to use it, where to find it, all the things. So don't worry about that.
It's just astonishing to watch this coming in. So I want to say hi and thank you to some of our Heathrow pre-orderers. Diane, these are all just while we've been speaking now. So Diane and Richard, Chad, thank you so much. And Vicky and Jessica and David and Chris, and I mean, the list goes on. Some other names I mentioned earlier on. That's on the pre-order. Meanwhile, on the investment, Amy is just in. Amy, I think, has her eye on, without giving anything away, Amy's at a level where she's getting a bunch of Heathrow, just saying. But welcome, Shelley. Thank you so much as well for you as well. We value our investors of all sizes. In fact, we have never, to date, we have never gone after large investors. We've only ever just come to our customers. So we value, like if someone's $100 investor, $10,000 investor, they're equally, they're just equally valued in the company. So thank you so much to Shelley. And to James and to Stephen and to Al Noor. I apologize if I mispronounce your name there, Al Noor, and Diane and Neil. They've all come in just while we've been speaking just now as well. Thank you so much, guys.
And you said something where we, and I want to just make this very clear, because we value every person who invests equally, but they obviously get different liquidity in the they get not liquidity, they get different.
Yes.
You want to speak to that?
Yes, sorry. It is the case that if you invest more, you get more securities, and therefore you have a larger potential upside and a larger potential downside. But on a kind of on an emotional and a gratitude level, and being, you have equal status within the family, regardless of the level at which you invest. Is that a better way of putting it? Yeah.
Good job. So I have a silly question that someone wrote in, and I don't know if we'll know the answer to this, but Lance says, he's talking about Heathrow. He says, if I drop it in a swimming pool, will it sink or swim? He's asking, I guess, if it's waterproof, maybe? I'm not really sure.
Well, look, it isn't designed for underwater use, if that's the question. But the suitcases have, so first of all, before introducing the Safe Enclave, the suitcases have a waterproof seal all the way around here. It's highly waterproof, but it isn't designed to put underwater with all of your precious.
So water resistant, maybe, is the
highly
word.
highly water resistant. And then one of the reasons that the Safe Enclave took a good while to engineer was to make sure that it didn't allow. Now, having said that, if you think about it, suitcases don't get very much water. I mean, you go from your house to the car. If it's raining, it's a little bit of, a few drops. Even in a torrent of rain, it's not really terribly much. Yeah, and then when you arrive when your Uber arrives at the airport, you have to go all the way from the curb into the thing. So we take the water kind of seriously. We've taken it very seriously in engineering the Safe Enclave, but we're not talking about designing something that is designed to like your cell phone. It's useful for it to operate 2 or 3 meters underneath because you can take it scuba diving or whatever. You're not going to be doing that with the suitcase. But yeah, it is highly water resistant.
Okay, thank you. I just thought that was funny. So Amel says, so she's talking about Heathrow as well. She says, are these locks automatically TSA approved and not going to be broken into by TSA? I have a bad history with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can see. This is actually an earlier prototype that has a slightly different lock on it. So rather than zooming in on those locks, let's zoom in on the actual locks. it's the nature of prototyping, you know, that you wind up with so many different versions as you go along. Where is my locks image? Here we go. Philip, if you could be kind enough to put that up on the screen there. Yeah. So do you see that symbol, the kind of diamond symbol in the upper half there?
Mm-hmm.
You guys see that on the screen?
Yeah.
Right. So that symbol in the diamond symbol is the symbol of it being TSA approved. And in the lower half there, you see the little lock, the little keyhole there in the bottom half. That's we don't give you a key for that. That's the TSA. They have the key that so you're gonna secure it using the what's it called? Using the combination.
Combination, yeah.
Yeah. And then they have access like that. And by the way, I just wanted to talk about security real quick. First of all, if we could just put me up on when these arrive, it's super simple to set your own combination, right? So do it. A lot of people, they never ever set the combination lock. You do want to set the combination lock. You don't want that just any like most people, like most police, are fantastic people. Most people who work at airports are fantastic people. Occasionally there's a bad apple. All right, so you want to make sure that it isn't speedy to get into your luggage. Now, this one you're almost certainly going to have with you. If you do hand it over, you're going to take out the charger. You're going to take out Heathrow because that's a requirement that you keep that with you. But you set the locks. It takes like a minute to set it. It's super simple. You go around behind, you slide a lever, you put in the number you want, you slide the lever back, and you're done. But we have a little tip for you. There are 2 locks, right? If you set different numbers on both locks, it will take someone twice as long to get in, right? Because obviously they can be trying all the different combinations, chung, 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 chung. So it takes a certain amount of time to go through 999 different. I guess it's actually 1,000, doesn't it, including 000. So it takes a while to go through 1,000 combinations. It takes twice as long to go through 2,000 combinations, right? Because they open this one and they move on to this one. It takes 3 times as long if you put different numbers on all 3. And the medium and large suitcases have 3 locks, right? They're bigger and they have another lock in the middle there. So do that. Do that thing. Yeah.
Do that. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. It still says on my board here. It still says, "I have questions." Kate.
Sorry, I do. I have.
I'm going to keep going to you for questions.
Okay. Well, I do still have questions. So John says, I haven't gotten my hotel coupon from my March 30th purchase. So he's talking about the voucher that you get if you get the Heathrow offer. And John, I think maybe we said this,
Philip, put Kate up on the screen while she goes through this, please.
Sorry. We said this at the time, but obviously it could have been missed. We have some long broadcasts, so it's okay. You will get your voucher when you get your Heathrow. So we'll send them like about the same time. So we haven't forgotten about you. You will get your voucher, I promise. It'll just be a little later.
Yeah, the idea is you have somewhere to go with your beautiful new luggage.
Right, we don't want you to use it until you get your luggage because
Instagramming from some gorgeous resort without your luggage. That's that would be marketing malpractice of us to do that.
Exactly.
So those will be distributed at that time. Let's just talk quickly about the 7-night stay. If you've just joined us, or if you've been watching us for a while and you've been wondering about this rather remarkable, rather unusual thing that we're doing, I just want to explain. So we have these various different Heathrow bundles. Heathrow is the brand for our new suitcases, available in 4 sizes. This is the carry-on size, and this is the thing that is totally unique to Magfast is the E carry-on with the safe Enclave here that allows you to carry all the charging that you need for your trip with you. We do one without the safe Enclave. It's called the regular carry-on. This is E carry-on. That's the regular carry-on. We do a medium and a large, and we have these amazing launch offers for them. But each of the offers includes, I still can't believe that I'm saying this, but each of the offers includes a 7-night stay for 4 people at a kind of a luxury resort. I just want to quickly go through what this is and what this isn't. So the first thing is, this isn't Magfast will pay the bill for you to go anywhere in the world with 3 other people. Okay, that's not what this is. What it is that we've teamed up with one of the world's leading operators that specializes in premium luxury but underbooked accommodations. Okay, what they have is access to in total, the list is always changing, as you can imagine, with a list less long, but around 3,500 resort locations around the world. At any one time, it's a slightly smaller number. So as I say, it's a rotating group of about 3,500. But I mean, Kate, you went on there to test this rigorously, because we were so amazed when we started this relationship. We were like, we wanted to make sure, and you went to test it. I mean, you offered thousands of options, right?
Yes, yeah. So there's a really, really long list, and not all of them are available at the same time, because it just depends on what their date availabilities are, because that's what helps us be able to use this. But just in the U.S. alone, there were hundreds, maybe even 1,000.
Of that 3,500, about 2,500 are in the United States, just to be clear.
Yeah, there's a lot in the United States. So if you're wanting to maybe do a road trip or something, and you don't have to, fly anywhere, you will find perfect, amazing resorts in the U.S.
Yeah, just stunning. There's a fantastic skiing one, a couple of hours just from. So you're responsible for getting yourself there. You're also responsible for. Let me just put this on the screen, Philip, if we can put this up. So you'll also be responsible for some modest taxes and fees. It's about the cost of a continental breakfast, about the cost of a buffet breakfast per person per day. So it's next to nothing, essentially. You'll be responsible for that, and you need to get yourself there. But as I say, there are lots of resorts all over the United States, so you can road trip over there. There are more in California than there are in Texas. But you just jump in your car. You're never more than a few hours away. But just look at some of these places. Sedona Summit in Arizona. Oh my God, Sedona is just. I haven't been for a few years. Man, oh man, it's life changing. Just being, like they say, there's all kinds of magnetic force fields around there. Whether you believe in that stuff or not, just spend a quiet moment or two on a mountaintop in Sedona. It'll change your life. Americana Village in Lake Tahoe. Look at this place. Look at it. 7 days for you and 3 of your friends. Or maybe Vegas, Tahiti Village. All right. And a show.
That one.
Yeah, here we go. Catskill Mountain Club. This is the one that's a couple of hours away from us here. This is showing it in winter. Summertime, fantastic hiking and all kinds of other things as well. Or maybe China. Maybe you fancy going down to China. The people there are fantastic. I know the politics are nuts at the moment, but oh my God, I've been 2-3 times now and have just felt so welcome every single time. Here we are in Thailand, but I mean there's thousands of these places. Sri Lanka Lagoon. Can you believe this? Damai Beach Resort in Malaysia. Imagine spending a few nights over there. I mean, it's incredible.
I wouldn't come back.
And there's not a lifetime warranty on your accommodations. I'm sorry, that was the next slide. There are many of them. And Philip, if you've got it ready, can you, or if you haven't, just line it up. What we did was we had Kate kind of review or go through the whole list. I said, look, just pick out some samples. So Kate, thank you for going through and picking out the ones that we just showed on screen there. But I mean, but it's a sampling. It's not like those are the good ones. There's thousands of them. You're going to go through. You're just going to be amazed with the possibilities. But we picked just one of them, which is this incredible place in the rainforest, and made a little film that'll just give you just a little feeling. So as a reminder, this is a free bonus for folks who pre-order Heathrow in one of the three offers that we've got going at the moment. It's the same bonus at at all three levels. You don't get more holiday, you don't get more of this vacation for more. But if you choose to join some pre-order, any of the three pre-order offers, or invest and then use some of the gift vouchers to because if you invest, I'm going to give you a gift voucher. You take that and use it to pre-order Heathrow. But each of the offers comes with this thing. What is it, Kate? 7 nights for 4 at a resort of your choice. And we made a little film about just one of the resorts, and we'd love to show it to you now. Isn't that incredible?
I'm ready.
It looks so exciting, but it also is lulling me into sleep because that looks so relaxing.
It is. If you're just joining us and the team before you seems a little weary, we are now 2 3/4 hours into our broadcast here on the East Coast of America. It is a reasonable hour. It's just a little bit before 9. But Rob Burnett, the gentleman with the beard in the center of your screen, the CEO of Net Capital. God bless you, Rob, is staying up very late to be with us. I think it's, what is it now, quarter to 2 in the morning.
Quarter to 2, yeah, about give or take.
But I will just say again, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to raise capital for your young company, Rob and his team at Met Capital, well, the case is made before us now, above and beyond. This is Sunday night, well, it's actually Monday morning, almost 2 a.m., and the CEO of Net Capital is right here in the room with us now, assisting with this live broadcast. And
happy to be here.
And would do the. And the point is, this is special, but it isn't special treatment for Magfast. This is the way these guys operate. Now, not everybody on their platform hangs up a green screen and lights and does a live stream.
Does 3-hour live streams, but I wish more people would take your lead there, Seymour.
Yeah, but if you do, Rob will come along. And help you out. And actually, something that we committed to Rob a little bit earlier on this evening, because we are. You've had a lot of companies on the platform, but I think we're one of the 2 or 3 who've kind of really gone there in terms of supporting it with broadcast and that kind of things. And so we've promised Rob that we will put together we'll put together an event that's focused on helping other people to do this kind of thing. We'll do that sometime in the next couple of months.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we'll do that. I mean, it'll be Rob's event. We will guest on it, but I guess we could put it out on our platforms as well, so a few more people can see it. Yeah. I just want to mention that there's a slide. We can just put it up, please, Philip. Here, I just want to talk to this real quick. People love our products, but you have to. It's the law that you have to love our stuff. So we have this thing we're calling the 100% happiness guarantee. Okay. Our number one priority here at Magfast is your happiness. That's the only point in things. There's no point in making more products in the world if people don't love them. There's plenty of products out there you can buy that you won't love. We're doing ones you will. So is your happiness. That means that we stand by our product 100%, no matter what. No holes barred, no ifs, no ands, no buts. If you have a problem, We will solve it. We'll refund it. We'll send you a new product. We will do whatever it takes. Just reach out to our customer care happiness team, and we are here for you. We mean that, whatever it takes. Kate, you've been at the coal face. You've been at the front line of this for a while now. Is this what we do or not? I write online. If someone, because like overall, our online ratings are phenomenal. We're kind of 4.7. The products are kind of 4.8, 4.9. Our overall reputation is 4.7, 4.8. But occasionally, the way you get down from 5 to 4.7 is because someone gives you a stinker of a 1-star every now and then. And I often write the replies to that. Kate writes them when I don't. And the answer is, if you're not completely happy, can we just give you your money back and let's part as friends? Like we just, as I say, there's enough companies not doing it right out there. There's no point in another one. So that's what Magfast is all about. We're really grateful. I know that if you're watching, this broadcast right now, you're part of our inner circle, and we're really, really grateful to you. Whether you go ahead and invest us in the company, whether you pre-order, or whether you're just someone who loves to watch us, is going to be engaged with what we're doing. If you're an entrepreneur watching us to learn what to do and what not to do, we're just extremely grateful to you. We don't take it lightly. There's many other things you could be doing on and off your devices right now, and the fact that you're watching us really, really means everything.
Yes, thank you. Since we're getting close to the end, maybe we should just go over again deadlines, perks, everything that they need to know before we leave.
We should. Yeah, we have 7 minutes to go, so let's do that really quickly. And then we will play out with a little film we've made about Heathrow. So Kate, what should we cover first? Who should cover?
Okay, so
take us through the investment part and the investment deadline. So there's 3 buttons underneath. 2 of them will get you to the investment. Like there's the yellow one that says investment, take you straight over to net capital. There's also the one that says learn more, I think, which will take you to a page that also has a link to net capital. When they get to net capital, what happens, Rob? And what's the deadline?
So once you're there, you have until the end of the day Eastern time tomorrow night. And at which point, as long as you've completed your investment commitment, we'll work with you to get payments made, things like that. Beautiful.
That deadline is not some marketing mumbo jumbo. It is imposed by the federal government. It is, as I said, this is the feds. It's the SEC. You don't mess with them. We were joking earlier that an investment that comes in at a minute after midnight will have Rob and I sharing a cell at Rikers Island. It's probably not quite that drastic, but it might be. So get your investment in before midnight tomorrow night, please, if investing in Magfast is right for you. All right, Michael, talk quickly to the offers that we have up at the moment and how you get hold of those. So we're talking about the pre-order offers. Talk to those, please.
Absolutely. So if you pull those up on the screen, Philip, offer number one.
He's going to need a little help from me to line up the slides. So let me go find that.
Okay, well, as you do that, I'll just kind of walk through offer number one. So if you are ready to get started and get your Heathrow ordered, you can check out launch offer number one. So the retail price of that is $1,397. We're offering the e-carry-on, we're offering the Magfast Extreme and the Tough Cover all for $997. Plus, as a bonus, you're going to get that 7 nights for 4 at a luxury resort. So you can get that today for $997, or we offer some financing opportunities when you go there. So you can actually get that brought all the way down to $97 a month. Now, if you're ready to purchase equities today, if you've made that decision, all you have to do is go to Net Capital. You can invest $5,000 or more. And through that offer, we're offering $50 gift vouchers on every $250 invested, meaning that if you invest $5K today, you are eligible to get launch offer number one associated with that. So again, we talked a little bit earlier about how you'll, after the investment's closed, you'll get those vouchers and you'll be able to go pick this offer up. Offer number. Do you have anything else you want to hit on for offer one before we go to offer two?
No, the only thing I wanted to mention is that the minimum equity investment is actually $110 and change. So you don't. This screen says 5K. That's if you invested 5K, then we would be giving you gift vouchers that would be sufficient to cover this launch offer number one. That was the only distinction I wanted.
That's right. And if you choose to invest a smaller amount, for every $250 that you invest, you'll be able to get a gift voucher of $50, which can be used on anything in the Magfast store.
All right. Offer number two, to which we add a medium. And what happens then, Mikey?
That's right. That's exactly right. So you're going to get the extreme and tough cover along with the e-carry-on. You're going to get a medium suitcase valued at $997, and you're going to get an additional large suitcase to complete your entire set for free with this offer. It's at $3,895 at retail. You're going to get it today for $1,994, or if you choose to use financing at the shop with ShopPay, you can get it for $197 per month.
And you'll be joining Laurie M, who just placed order number MS10024 blah 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 from Truman, AR, Arizona, right?
Arkansas.
I think Arizona's AZ.
It's AZ. I'm sorry. We've been on for 3 hours, and I apologize to everybody. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Laurie M. You know who you are. God bless you. Just to be clear, Heathrow's in pre-production at the moment, guaranteed in time for the holidays. All right, Lux, the cables ship immediately, or ship we're just getting back in stock now. The chargers, the extreme chargers that are ordered with this will come with this. We're working through our orders of other chargers, clearing the backlog just as quickly as we can.
That's right. And if you choose to invest today at the $10,000 level, you can get this offer included with the gift vouchers. So that's offer number two is associated with that 10K equity payment today as well.
Yeah. Now, if you were to get both offer number one, if you were to add 1 and 2, what's 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 is 3. You get offer number 3. Now look, on the right-hand side of the screen there is offer number, if you look at the suitcases, in the upper right, you've got the 3 suitcases. That's offer number 2. On the left-hand side is offer number 1. If you get 1 and 2, you get 3, and 3 looks like this. We give you an additional, this is another $1,000 value. We give you an additional carry-on with the regular carry-on. These are the E carry-ons, left and right of it. Regular carry-on there. And now, Mikey, go through the numbers, please.
Well, I was just going to say this would be perfect for like my family, right? So we've got the 3 kids, we got all this. So having 3 carry-ons, 2 of which having the E carry-on, and then a medium and a large suitcase. That's some family travel right there. So this is offer number 3. Originally $6,291. Today we're offering it for $2,991. Again, you can get the financing for $297 a month. This also includes the 7 nights for 4 at a luxury resort. You can also get this today if you purchase equities of $15,000 or more. So amazing opportunities at every level for Heathrow, as well as some amazing opportunities to invest today. Not only are you getting your equities in the company, but you're also getting this amazing perk of launch offer number 3.
And just to clarify, you don't automatically get the Heathrow bundle if you invest. You get the gift vouchers, and then you can put that towards the Heathrow bundle if you want, or something else. So just want to make sure that's clear.
Yes, and just additional clarity, if you invest the $15K today, you'll get enough gift vouchers to cover all of offer number 3.
Right. Yep.
Very good.
If you choose.
Yes, if you choose. We have 1 minute, guys.
I think it's probably time that we wrap up and we say our thank yous. Just put me big on the screen for just a second, quickly, please, Philip. I just want to give people one last kind of live look at Heathrow itself. Here it is. It's a beautiful thing. Custom handles with that lovely slow action. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera there. All right. This is the patent pending piece that we've created. It looks like I put it in upside down there, which is why it came out a little quicker. Yeah, so there is Extreme. There's the release mechanism. This is all the power that you want with you when you're traveling. As Michael just said, with a larger family, you could even get two. But this is the Heathrow E carry-on. Great values for it at the moment. Thank you to Laurie and to all the others who've done pre-orders while we've been on air. I want to mention again that if you hit the pre-order button, you can pick up Lux, America's highest rated smartphone cable, special deals on that at the moment, and you can invest until midnight tomorrow. So thank you, Philip. Now let's get all four up on the screen. And I want to just say just a big thank you, to everybody, but particularly to Rob Burnett, where it is almost 2 a.m.
Yes, thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
No problem.
Thank
Happy
you so
to
much
be
for
here.
joining
Thanks
us.
for having me, guys.
And thanks for just an incredible service that you guys offer. It's one of the things that we try to look for in the business is to find, like really good long-term relationships. Michael and I are coming up on 10 years together now. It's not quite, I think. Kate, what are we? We're well over 5.
I think so.
Rob,
Yeah.
Rob, I think we're coming up on 4 years. These are the relationships.
Coming up on 4 years, I believe.
Something like that. From when we started, started planning. I find it incredibly frustrating when we get some, which happens from time to time. There was several times we've come across agencies, advertising agencies, and so on in the last year, and just 3 months later, like this is just ridiculous, because it's so, getting a good relationship off the ground requires energy, and all three of you have been, my energy has been rewarded many times over. All right, that's it. We're open till midnight tomorrow night for investments. We're got to wrap it up for now. Let's play out with a little film we created that talks about Heathrow. Thank you so much. And I should just say thank you to Philip behind the scenes.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you, Philip, who's been mixing this whole show and who made all of the beautiful slides and animations that you've been looking at.
And who's also up to probably 2 a.m, yeah?
Or later.
Might even be 3 for him.
It's even later. It's 3 o'clock in Central Europe. So Philip, you're a crazy man. Thank you for everything, and thank you to you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here's a little film we made about Heathrow, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody.
Do you sometimes feel powerless when you're away from home? When you travel, even if you're by yourself, you need to power a lot of devices these days. Phones, laptops, tablets, readers, watches. You need electronics just to charge your electronics. Traveling with your tech should feel terrific, but it's been a mess. Until now. Hi, I'm Seymour Segnet, the founder of Magfast, and with thousands of 5-star reviews right across the web, we're changing charging for good. With this gorgeous family of chargers, America's highest rated cable for your smartphone, and now, well, let me explain. A few years ago, I was on a trip struggling with the mess of wires and bricks needed for power during the journey and then also at my destination. And then in one of those, slap the forehead moments, I realized that with loads of power and 11 ways of getting it out, at Magfast, we're already making the perfect powerhouse. We just needed to make all that power easily accessible while you're traveling. And now we have. Introducing the all-new Heathrow aluminum carry-on with Magfast Extreme right on board. A super light, ultra-strong, modern, classic suitcase design with the world's best charger stowed, staged, and ready to rock. You see, Heathrow isn't just an instant design classic, it's forged from an industry-leading anodized aluminum magnesium alloy, so light and so strong, it's both engineered for a lifetime of service, and yes, has the Magfast lifetime warranty. So while the world's best charger for travel is safe from bumps and scratches in this patent-pending safe enclave, it releases instantly, beautifully, watch, one-handedly when needed. Look, powerful neodymium magnets mean that you can safely release with Heathrow upright as well as horizontally. And when you're done, Extreme stows securely in seconds with a single, simple snap.
And simplicity, strength and security are core to every part of Heathrow. The secure, dual TSA-approved combination locks, a secret internal compartment to secure your AirTag, tile, or other tracking device. There's unique Magfast fingerprint security tech on every single case. Simply scan or tap your phone for instant access to customer care, referral rewards, and even our free lost and found service. And strong because on top of the lightweight, heavy-duty chassis and the hard aluminum shell, we cap off each case with these triple-layered, quadruple-riveted, hard corner pieces. And Heathrow is so simple and convenient too. Look, the trolley handle is telescopic and retracts easily with the touch of a button. There's rubber-lined 360-degree hardened ball-bearing spinner wheels for the ultimate traction, shock absorption, and smooth rolling. And whilst the most vulnerable parts of any suitcase are of course the wheels and the handles, with Heathrow they're both really strong and easily repaired or replaced in the unlikely event that you really need this. There's vegan leather tailored onto each handle. Look, I love this smooth, damped movement. And your luggage tag too, plus your own personalized nameplate. Heathrow's interior is superior too. Luxury lining organized with generous pockets, clothing compression straps and separators, mesh for airflow, stowage for smalls, even complimentary laundry and shoe bags to keep your clean and dirty items separate. Every detail attended down to the smallest. And your Magfast Extreme charger is in a class of its own too, utterly uncompromising in every way. Extreme's extended form factor and high-intensity power source allow two extraordinary features that have never before been offered together and in a singular, beautiful product. First, arranged perfectly, symmetrically along its top surface, Magfast Extreme has not one, not two, but incredibly 3 fast Qi wireless charging ports. Second, in addition to offering all that wireless power and a total of 5 USB outlets, the battery inside is so powerful it can even jump-start a rogue rental car over 24 times on a single charge. So Magfast Extreme with loads of power, wireless and wired charging, and even the emergency jump start is the ultimate charger for travel too, and securely stored in the Extreme Enclave is instantly removable for security and charging on the go no matter how far you roam. You can even snap on this available tough case for even greater protection. And it's all in this beautiful design, guaranteed to fit all airline overhead bins, perfect for trains and car trips too. So Heathrow comes in e-carry-on with the safe Enclave for Extreme, and in classic carry-on, medium, and large without the Enclave, but with the same iconic design, the same lightweight, heavy-duty construction, the same superior interiors, spinner wheels, custom handles, and lifetime warranty. Medium and large even have triple locks for even more security. Check these all out today. Magfast Heathrow shows you've arrived while you're still on your way.